Excellency tonight will provide them with awards and present them with awards for their grateful and tireless service they have rendered. We therefore extend our heartfelt congratulations to all honorees for your faithful service to this nation. We also express our sincere thanks to their families and friends for their support, for their encouragement. And we ask that you continue to uplift them and continue to carry them as they continue to do the work that they have been called to do over the many years. May God grant all of our honorees long and healthy lives, and may they be assured of our deep gratitude for the human service that they have rendered to the Bahamas and the Bahamian people. Thank you and congrats, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings, where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Cat Island, we've helped 17 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $360,000 in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Cat Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: agriculture, fuel, and fishing. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy. Starting with yours. SBDC Bahamas.
At the 66 Steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
It's Wednesday, February 11th, and love continues to take center stage. I'm Jiminita Swain. Welcome to What's Trending. Let's start today's show off with a bang. With vision, faith, and plenty of heart, she is creating space for young women to shine. We're getting the story behind the mission. Happily married for years, this couple has cracked the code and they're letting us in on the secret just in time for Valentine's Day. And finally, love is in the air and the mic is waiting. Get ready to sing your heart out and show off those romantic vibes, because maybe it's time for a sing-a-gram. More stories, more surprises after the break on What's Trending.
Hi, I'm Brent, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas in the Southwest Plaza on Carmichael Road. If you haven't shopped with us before, please give us a chance. We pride ourselves on terrific customer service. Our store is clean, large, we have thousands of products, we're open 7 days a week, and we have a nice, wide, spacious, comfortable layout for you to enjoy. Visit us in the Southwest Plaza on Carmichael Road or shop online at cbsbahamas.com.
Meet a young woman who is making a real difference in Grand Bahama, inspiring, empowering, and uplifting the next generation.
Bahamian Footprints, presented by Coca-Cola.
Remy Henderson is more than a community leader. She's a trailblazer. In 2023, she founded Young Women Walking in Faith, a faith-based nonprofit that empowers young women through scholarships, mentorship, and spiritual encouragement. Remy, welcome to What's Trending. We're thrilled to have you here with us.
Hi, thank you guys so much for having me.
It's definitely our pleasure. So Remy, tell us about Young Women Walking in Faith. What inspired you to start this nonprofit and what's its mission?
So Young Women Walking in Faith is a nonprofit, faith-based organization founded by myself in 2023. And what we do is we empower young women through education, through faith, and through mentorship. And I was asking God, how can I make a difference with the young women back home from my island? And He gave me the vision of Young Women Walking in Faith. And what we do is we provide 3 scholarships to 3 young ladies every 3 years, and we pay for their tuition at Bishop Michael Eldon, which is near and dear to my heart because that's my former high school.
So talk to us a little bit about how you select these young women and for the scholarship process.
So they're selected by me, and we go through a process where we look at their needs, we look at their character, and just how they want their desire to grow, not just academically, but also personally and spiritually. So yeah.
So beyond the financial support, why WWF provides mentorship and spiritual encouragement as well. Why was this aspect so important?
Well, although financial support is super important, I believe that these girls, they needed more than that. They needed guidance, they needed prayers, and that's why I believe that the spiritual and mentorship part was like super important. And at that age, there's so many distractions that come. And I just wanted to be there holding their hand along the way, just encouraging them to always put God first in everything that they do, because their purpose and their value is found in Christ.
And since starting the organization, Remy, what's been the most rewarding moment for you?
Well, honestly, I think just seeing how grateful my girls were, they just always message me and update me with things that are going on at school, with their extracurricular activities. And there was one moment that touched my heart, and it was when I had told my girls that I would be not just paying for their tuition, but I would just be giving them textbooks, school uniform, school shoes, like just everything that can allow a student to feel confident in entering the new school year. And one of the girls, like as I told her, she just started crying, and it honestly caused me to start crying too, because in that moment I realized that this was bigger than me. This was God's work at hand, and it truly just made me feel like I was making a difference in the community with these young girls.
That's definitely beautiful. So what, if any, challenges have you faced in establishing and growing the organization, and how did you overcome them?
Well, I believe, with any nonprofit organization, we deal with funding and just growing. However, I've trusted God along the way. Every decision that I made was through prayer and just being obedient to God, because when God gives you a vision, He's going to provide the provision for whatever it is that He needs you to do. So I'm just being obedient.
That is definitely true. So how do you see WWF shaping the future of leaders in Grand Bahama?
So I see them shaping the future as leaders because, it's important that we're investing in them at such a young age. And I believe that these girls are future professionals, future mothers, change makers. And I think that with this program, we're just encouraging them and teaching them that leadership is in purpose and faith and in integrity. And just that it's important to navigate life in faith, and just teaching them discipline and just to be confident in what they do.
That's definitely some good advice. But what advice would you give to young women who are listening today who want to pursue leadership or even start their own initiatives?
Honestly, I would say just go with God. Put God first in everything that you do. Things won't be perfect, but obedience is far more important than perfection. And just to stay humble and stay consistent, and that when God uses you, just be obedient. Just be obedient. He will literally just give you everything, every tool that you need. And yeah, that's what I would just say to these young girls.
Well, thank you so much, Remy, for sharing your inspiring story with us today. Your dedication to empowering young women, providing scholarships, mentorship, and spiritual guidance is truly changing lives in Grand Bahama. So thanks again.
Thank you so much.
From Bahamians making an impact today to students with big dreams for tomorrow, Caribbean Bottling Company believes excellence should be nurtured early. That's why the CBC Carlton Williams Scholarship is now open, creating opportunities where it matters most. This year's scholarship is available to 6th grade students at Garbentines Primary School with a minimal 3.0 GPA, and applications close on Sunday, May 3rd. The scholarship rotates annually between Garbentines Primary here in New Providence and public schools in Grand Bahama, awarding one outstanding student a full scholarship to a local private high school for all 6 years, subject to GPA requirements. Applicants will submit a portfolio followed by panel review and a finalist interview. Now, it was launched in 2016 to honor Carlton Williams, CBE, upon his retirement as chairman of the Caribbean Bottling Company. The scholarship has already impacted 12 students and their families. Debbie Williams, daughter of Carlton Williams, says the award reflects her father's belief that to whom much is given, much is expected, and his lifelong commitment to education and community. 2025 scholar Imari Knowles encourages applicants to stay confident, work hard, and never stop believing in themselves. Again, applications close May 3rd. To apply or learn more, visit cbcbahamas.com/scholarship. After the break, 42 years of marriage. One powerful reminder: love is possible, love is intentional, and love endures. Stay with us.
Bang ding, ding bang ding, ding ding dong, bang bang bang, ding bang ding bang ding, ding ding dong, bang bang bang, ding bang ding, bang bang, ding bang ding, ding ding dong, ding bang ding, ding ding dong.
Today is a very special day. On this exact date, 42 years ago, February 11th, Bishop Buford and his beloved wife, Shelley, said yes to a covenant God had already been writing. From a glance on Bay Street, an awkward Easter weekend dance, and a little divine persistence, their journey has been marked by faith, prayer, perseverance, and God's restoring power. Today, we celebrate not just the years, but the testimony behind them. A special welcome to Buford and Shelley Curtis. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
It's great to have you here with us, and happy anniversary to you guys.
Thank you.
Today.
Thank you very
look
much.
very, very lovely.
Thank you.
So, Bishop, let me start with you. When you asked for the first dance at the Palace nightclub, did you ever imagine it would lead to 42 years of marriage?
No, not at that time.
No? You just say, I just can shake a leg.
Yeah, well, that's my first time, you know, going to that place because I grew up sheltered in the pastor's home.
Okay.
So I, you know, wanted to check out the ladies as ladies' night.
Okay, ladies' night, and you saw a beautiful lady.
Oh, of course. She caught my eyes.
And so obviously you married very young. What helped you to grow together as opposed to growing apart?
What helped us to grow together, putting God first in our relationship, prayer, communications, and that was one of the key that brought us closer together, communication and prayer.
Oh, it's definitely important. So what did it mean when you realized God kept crossing your paths together? Because I know you seem to keep meeting at different places, Bay Street, Bank Lane, beyond. Shelley, I'm gonna let you take this one. Was that your sign? Say, hey, maybe this the one.
Oh, well.
Don't be shy.
I was just curious as to why it was happening. I think a little later on in life we realized that it was destiny and purpose. But at the moment, again, very young, 20 years of age. Actually, I was 19 at the time. And, you know, I just kept bucking into this gentleman. I saw him randomly, and then on the way home from work, I saw this beautiful, shiny red car. And I was planning on purchasing one. I was like, whoa, that's the guy I just saw today. And so I pulled on the side of him, gave him a little wink and little hail, and he knew he looked good. He knew his car was shiny, and he laid his head back and profiled, and he went driving off. And it was hilarious to me. So of course now I'm interested now because I love the car. And so I went up and I found him at CID at the time, was through Bank Lane, and I went upstairs, and God had it was just amazing. God had him standing right on the landing. And I said, hi, sir. I said, hi. He said, hello. I said, so how come you didn't follow me yesterday? He said, follow you? I didn't know you wanted me to follow you. I said, yeah. I said, I was going home. He said, oh, where do you live? I said, if you want to know, you'll find out. And so the rest is history. I saw him. I stood to the window. Believe it or not, I stood to the bedroom window, and I watched this red car pass up and down about 10 times. I said, I wonder if he's looking for me. So on the 11th time, I walked to the end of the driveway, and lo and behold, he came and circled back. He said, I've been passing this house up and down about 10 times. It's me. Okay, I saw you. He said, you watched me passing. And, you know, we just started talking from there.
Okay, that's beautiful. So while there was the fun times, you also had a deep season of loss as well.
Yes.
So talk to us about how prayer and faith sustained your marriage during that difficult time.
We got pregnant the same year we got married, and we're expecting our first child on our anniversary, so everybody was so elated and so happy. But unfortunately, she came early at 6.5 months and spent so many months in the hospital. She lived for 8 months, and out of that, she spent seven months in the hospital. And it was during this time that we really learned the real virtue of prayer. We prayed so much, so often. Many times during the time she was in there, they would say, call your pastor. And that was when she was really low. And we noticed that when the pastor came, we are satisfied. We have no regrets, because that season in our lives allowed us to get closer to him, realize the virtue of prayer, and realize that we could hold on to each other for strength.
And even in that, God showed forth himself, because as he began, it took 4 years now. It took 4 years before we were able to get pregnant again, and that in itself was another journey. However, 2 boys, and then the third one was a girl. So we had 3 children in 4 years. I was so embarrassed. I'm still waiting for him to tell my mom I'm pregnant with the third one, right? I said, these people think we don't sleep. But our daughter was born the exact same day that the first one died. The exact same day, July the 25th at 8 o'clock. And she was born July the 25th at 8 o'clock. And that let us know God has our back.
Always.
That told us early that God is with you.
After 42 years of marriage, what do you most admire about your wife, having shared what she just shared with us?
Her caring for me. She looks after me. Can't ask anymore. And her love for family, for her children, her grandchildren. She's a giving woman. She'll give you the clothes of her back.
So then what advice would you give to young couples who desire this lasting, God-centered marriage that you seem to have cultivated over the years?
My advice to couple is to put God first in your marriage.
And to mean it.
And not play it. You must have a prayer life.
Yes.
Should have a relationship with God.
Absolutely.
Acknowledge him.
And that's definitely good advice, Bishop, that we will keep in mind. That is.
Prayer must be the key in that home.
So 42 years ago on this very day, a covenant was made between God, and he's been faithful ever since to both of you. Through the joys and the sorrows, there's been restoration. So Bishop Buford and Shelley, we want to again say happy 42nd anniversary today, and may God continue to bless and enrich your lives. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us today.
God bless you.
Thank you. Well, love is in the air and something special is brewing. So get ready to lean into those romantic vibes, because you never know when love might show up in the sweetest way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Show your pets some love this Valentine's Day. Send your photos to our DM on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. Send them in now to be featured on What's Trending.
Diet-friendly special.
Wait, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special plate. How many of them would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Music and a dash of sweetness. Our Valentine's Day couple, the Curtises, are in for a treat from Shalik Johnson, who knows how to hit the right notes and bake the perfect treat. Shalik, take it away.
Look how far we've come, my baby. We might have took a long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said, I bet they'll never make it. But just look at at us, holding on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. You're still the one that I love, the only one I dream of. You're still the one I kiss goodnight. Ain't nothing better. We beat the odds together. I'm glad we didn't listen, 'cause look at what we would be missing. They say, I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. Still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life.
Angelique, that was beautiful, and from the reaction of the Curtises, I know that they enjoyed every moment of it.
Yes, they did.
So we know that you are an incredible singer, but you're also a baker. Can you tell us how these two passions come together in your life?
Baking, just like, or cakes and treats, just like songs. Sometimes they touch little things in you, like you hear a certain song and you remember where you were, what you were doing, who you were with. And then also with like sweet treats, it's like a treat. So imagine you have a piece of cake in the fridge and you can't wait to get home and eat that, and then you got home and somebody else took it.
Listen.
So yeah, they're just little things that give the excited endorphins.
And as you mentioned, both music and baking have a way also of connecting people. So how do you pour emotion both into your songs and into your baked creations? Because this look like plenty of love here in this heart.
It was a lot of love. I was up late. Okay, well, for singing, sometimes you just listen to the words, and songs can transport you. They can help you get through things. Because I know I use songs to get me through stuff. And also with baking, it started out as a hobby for me. And then I started giving it to people, and then they started, wanting to, pay me for it and all that good stuff. So I made my first cake at 8. So wow. I've been at it for a little while.
Wow. So if people want to connect with you, where can they find you, whether it's talking about the cakes or the singing?
They can contact me at 544-0757.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, Shalik, for sharing your talent and your heart with us today. Thank you so much. Now, while some love stories come with music and frosting, others come with lessons. We've all felt the sting of heartbreak and rejection. But it's time to focus on the brighter side. DM us your stories at What's Trending on ZNS, anonymously, of course. And Dr. Robinson will guide you towards self-love, because you deserve it most.
At the first ever Devon Charlton Invitational Track and Field Meetup, Bahamian track athlete Devon Charlton explained the vision behind the inaugural event, while fellow esteemed athletes Masai Russell, Megan Simmons, and Danielle Williams expressed their enthusiasm for the future of the meetup.
Yeah, so for this meet, we just really wanted to bring some high-power competition to the Bahamas, get some international athletes. So we have athletes there from the U.S., Canada, Bermuda, Grand Bahama Family Islands, and so just wanted to break up some of the monotony of training and competing against the same people every week and just bring in something new and like freshen up the competition scene. Yeah, I think it's important because I just remember being a young athlete and a lot of times seeing the athletes, elite athletes who I'd only see on TV, and being able to walk up to them, get pictures, talk, ask questions was really important to me. So since I have the opportunity to do that and like be that for the next generation of Bahamian athletes, why not? Overwhelmed with the turnout. I think we have over 800 kids competing. Definitely blessed, and you know, I can't thank everybody enough who came out to support.
Hi, my name is Masai Russell, Olympic gold medalist. I'm here to support the Devin Charlton Invitational because I love giving back. Devin is also my training partner, so it just made sense for me because I would like to do something like this one day for myself.
I'm Megan Simmons, formerly Megan Tapper, Olympic bronze medalist, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm so proud to be celebrating Devin Charlton at her first Devin Charlton Invitational. This is complete brilliance, and I'm happy that I was here to celebrate with her and celebrate with Bahamas and see history.
Hi, I'm Danielle Williams. I'm two-time World 100-meter hurdles champion, and I'm just here celebrating Devin Charlton at her first track meet. I'm here to see the future of Bahamian superstars and just here supporting.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Who needs a +1 when you're a perfect 10? We're celebrating self-love. Take yourself out, catch a movie, or hit the beach and tag us in your solo date photos or videos on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. Show us how you're treating yourself because you deserve it most. On Thursday's show, he saw her once and said, "That's my wife." She refused a gift from a stranger. The rest, a love story written in service, patience, and destiny. But before we leave, I want to wish an extra special happy birthday to my grandmother, Catherine Cooper, over in Grand Bahama, who is celebrating her 90th birthday today. A special happy birthday to you. Well, thanks for watching. Stay connected with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight.
The Progressive Liberal Party officially introducing its ratified candidates for Grand Bahama. We have a team on the ground with the details. Also, the Coalition of Independents ratifying candidates for Bimini and the Berry Islands, as well as Marco City. And a major investment promising to breathe a new life into Great Harbor Key in the Berry Islands, receiving the government's green light.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Progressive Liberal Party officially completing its full slate of candidates in Grand Bahama tonight, setting the stage for what's expected to be an intense campaign season ahead. Our Raven Davis is live at the PLP headquarters on Grand Bahama with the latest. Raven, what can you tell us?
Well, Rumiko, coming off of Monday night's ratification in New Providence, the Progressive Liberal Party certainly isn't showing any sign of slowing down. In fact, the momentum is actually building. We see a number of excited party supporters slowly but surely beginning to trickle in here. Many of them regaled in their party paraphernalia. We had the music playing, many of them beginning to dance. Now, we know the Prime Minister, along with the Deputy Prime Minister, is also expected to arrive here. And this is all because in just a matter of moments, moments. In fact, at precisely 7 p.m., the PLP is expected to ratify some 5 candidates from across Grand Bahama Island. But of course, I have here with me the co-coordinator for the PLP campaign in Grand Bahama, Dr. Keith Russell. Dr. Russell, talk about the significance of this event tonight.
This sets off the beginning of our campaign here in Grand Bahama by naming our candidates. You can see the excitement is already in the air. People are gathering here. The 5 candidates to be rolled out. We're ready to go to get this train rolling.
Awesome, Dr. Russell. Give us a very, very brief overview of the candidates and, what they expected to represent to Grand Bahama Island.
I think what the candidates will do is tell the people who gather here and Grand Bahama in general that we are going to continue in the progressive work that the PLP has done over these 4.5 years.
Definitely, and over the last 4.5 years, the Prime Minister has indicated that this election is critical. It determines whether the country progresses or regresses. Do you think the party has done enough to secure a second consecutive term in office?
Oh, absolutely. This caring PLP government has done so much. In Grand Bahama, we can see that the airport is beginning, the hospital is on its way. Look at Celebration Key, where hundreds, even thousands people are being employed. We also have entrepreneurial opportunities there. The government has lowered the VAT not once, twice, 3 times. It has also regularized the public service. It has raised minimum wage. We are doing the work. The only thing standing between us now and the win is time.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Russell.
You're quite welcome.
Of course, now with the ratifications expected to be complete tonight, the Prime Minister has emphatically declared just on Monday that the party will go into full campaign mode on February 16. That, of course, means that we expect to see heightened visibility from the candidates along with the supporters and other persons. But, of course, I'm going to be on the ground all night bringing you the latest. But for now, reporting live from PLP headquarters in Grand Bahama, I'm Raven Davis. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much, Raven. Well, meantime, the Coalition of Independents kicked off its candidates' campaign and at its New Providence headquarters, unveiling a new slate of ready to shake up the political scene. Hiram Roll will represent Bimini and the Berry Islands, while Jillian Bartlett will run for Marco City.
And I would love to a sincere appreciation to the COI for accepting me as a candidate for Bimini and the Berry Island. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming.
I love my country. It's our country, it's our legacy, and it is our future as the Bahamians. All right? So let's stay focused on the goal. It is about the Bahamian people and the Bahamas and putting us in a better position.
Leader Lincoln Bain also urging voters to support not just the candidate, but the party that truly has the residents' best interests at heart.
So the Bahamian people has a choice to make. Do you want to try something different? Try educated, qualified, experienced candidates. Or continue with the same thing, just voting for party.
Well, in other news, a major investment promising to breathe new life into Great Harbor Key in the Berry Islands has received full government approval. U.S. investor Matt O'Hare confirming with ZNS Northern Service that all necessary clearances have been granted for his company, Vital Shores LLC, to complete a $35 million acquisition of the island's resort, marina, and golf course. These assets have remained largely undeveloped for decades. O'Hare described the opportunity as both a privilege and a commitment to the local community. He told ZNS News that it feels like a real privilege and honor, calling himself one of the luckiest guys on the planet to work with the island community. O'Hare also expressing his love for the Bahamian people and said he feels fantastic about what is happening on Great Harbor Key. The purchase also includes hundreds of unsold lots, an 80-slip marina, a shuttered golf course, water utility infrastructure, and fuel concessions. This positions the project as a potential economic turning point for an island that has faced more than 50 years of stagnation. While final development details have not yet been released, early activity signals momentum. Nature tours for cruise visitors are set to launch on a nearby key using Bahamian-operated ferries, guides, and tour companies. Emergency response equipment, including fire engines and rescue vehicles, has also been provided to the islands. Sources close to the project say they expect the transaction to close as early as next month. This is a developing story that we will continue to follow. Well, switching gears, the small homes repair program on Grand Bahama is progressing, but notwithstanding some challenges. Our Matthew Martinborough spoke with Urban Renewal's Deputy Director on the program's update in this report.
Speaking with Urban Renewal's Deputy Director, Senator Kirkland Russell, he notes the entity has experienced many successes, like the Range in Motion program and health fairs, just to name a few, albeit with one flaw, the small home repair program, which he says is still pushing through despite its challenges.
You were talking well in surplus of 2,400 homes at that particular time. And then we have experienced since then small storms that would have, and rainy seasons and what's not, that would have impacted even more persons. And so what we have been doing in the program, as well as outsourcing, I could say, we have been steadily just continually repairing roofs.
With about 20 homes undergoing roof repairs as part of the program, the senator believes the steady progress is what's needed to accomplish its lofty 2,400 household goal.
It can't be done in 1 year, or I don't think it can be done in one term. But what we have from the Davis administration is the commitment to continue with the program and continue to provide relief.
In an effort to speed up the completion process, the Deputy Director notes there has been some outsourcing efforts, namely churches and their pastors, to acquire as much hands on deck as possible.
I continue to reach out and ask the business community, NGOs, churches, to partner with us to see how many persons we can help. The more hands are on deck, the easier the load for the government. And so, again, though, the government is committed to the long haul.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Well, in other news, bullying is not limited to the playground or the classrooms, and experts say it often begins with how power and leadership are used. Our Sherelle James takes a closer look at how bullying affects both adults and children and why the consequences can be severe if ignored.
In recent months, a disturbing rise in suicide attempts has renewed concerns about mental health and emotional pressure. And while bullying is often associated with children in schools, clinical trauma specialist Dr. Andy Lang says that bullying can also be found in the workplace.
Workplace bullying refers to repeated health-harming mistreatment of an employee through behaviors such as intimidation, humiliation, exclusion, and ostracism. Globally, it is estimated that around 14% of persons who are employed experience workplace bullying.
Dr. Lang explains that workplace bullying can stem from both harsh work cultures and leadership styles. The reality of this brought into focus after a recent suspected suicide attempt of an adult male, allegedly stemming from ongoing bullying by a coworker.
We have come to normalize a culture of harsh leadership styles. A lot of persons also underreport because of fear of retaliation. Also because of job security fears.
Meanwhile, in schools, he notes that bullying can take on many different forms and can be just as damaging.
In the schools, we see this taking place in an environment where kids might also, in addition to physical bullying and verbal bullying, they might also resort to, again, digital means where they might dox a person or they might attempt to humiliate.
And for those who may be victims of bullying,
if you are experiencing any of the symptoms that I alluded to earlier, you might want to reach out for counseling. And of course, here we have the Grand Bahama Resilience Center. Our doors are always open.
whether it happens in a classroom or the workplace, bullying can have lasting psychological effects. Experts urge parents, employers, and communities to pay close attention to signs of bullying and even signs of trauma and ensure that both children and adults feel seen, heard, and supported. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
And still to come,
The nation's leader set to headline the Grand Bahama Business Outlook. Stay tuned for that story, sports, and more when we return.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family. The brands you're looking for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Third Dimension is spreading the love this Valentine's Day. Enjoy 20% off housewares and hand tools Friday, February 13th and Saturday, February 14th. Shop in store on Yellow Pine Street or online using the code VDAY at thirddimension242.com. Fashion Delight, your fashion boutique for the glamorous woman. From January 29th through February 28th, enjoy spectacular sale with discounts up to 25% off. Discover high fashion dresses, fascinators and hats, elegant slacks, stylish accessories, and more. Fashion Delight, fixing you up for every season and beyond.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in. And it's there.
Welcome to Cornet Bahamas, where love begins at the door. For the entire month of February, you can enjoy 25% off of our doors, flooring, and tiles. Because our love truly goes beyond the door. Whether you're building, renovating, or simply upgrading your space, we're here to guide you every step of the way. On behalf of Cornet Bahamas, I can't wait to help you find the perfect fit.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The annual Business Outlook returns with Grand Bahama's 27th edition this Thursday, February 12th at the Pelican Bay Hotel. Entrepreneurs and the country's top innovators will come together to connect and gain insights from emerging leaders shaping the nation's future. This year, the lineup includes major private sector representation and presentations from the Grand Bahama Shipyard, MSC Cruises, the Port Authority, the Chamber of Commerce, and more promising fresh ideas. Founder Juan Albury speaking in an interview highlighting some of the new faces delivering remarks this year alongside government heavyweights like the Prime Minister and the Minister for Grand Bahama.
And we have some new companies. We have Duran Humes from Alpha Plato. He's going to be talking about AI. And of course, one of our opening speakers is our partner in all of this, and that's Alive. And they're going to be also talking about AI. And we will also have a report from the Consumer Protection Commission, Senator Randy Roll, and they have a lot of data. And so we're looking forward to what he will be sharing and what's going on in terms of the marketplace in Grand Bahama. And we have Javon Butler, who represents Canoe, and he's going to be talking about digital transformation.
Founder Joanne Albury is also urging entrepreneurs to attend, connect, and explore the many opportunities Grand Bahama has to offer, as interactive booths will also be set up to showcase resources, partnerships, and growth prospects.
Who will be in this room will be the people who who are in charge, who are running things, in Grand Bahama. So this is your chance now to present your ideas one-on-one to these individuals.
Now, Aubrey adds that the Parliamentary Registration Department will also be in attendance and is advising attendees to bring their passports and voters card for verification. While hardship can either limit a life or shape it into something greater. In tonight's segment of Defying the Odds, our Sherelle Dames takes us inside a journey where determination outlasts circumstance and a future once unlikely was made possible.
In communities across the nation, the people who enforce the law often have stories the public never sees. Some who now serve on the bench once faced obstacles that could have stopped them. From humble beginnings in East Grand Bahama to presiding in a court of law, this is the story of Magistrate Laquay Lang.
Myself, my sibling, both my parents, in a two-bedroom wooden clapboard house. It was built on what we call blocks, and there was no running water, there's no electricity, there's no telephone, and the internet probably was not even invented at the time, according to us. We would come into Freeport from East End, we would stand on the corner, we'd hike into Freeport when someone was passing, we'd walk around town, dropping our resumes off to every business we could name and calling them back and forth every day. I wanted to change my circumstances. So when I went on and did my studies in UB, perhaps I was not the best at taking exams. When I got into COB at the time, the results were much different. I was performing exceptionally well. Finally got a job starting at Imperial Life, which is an insurance company. And while there, I never ate lunch. I always saved all of my monies, and I decided to enroll in COB. But first of all, I didn't qualify to get into COB because I didn't have my GCSE, so I had to prep, meaning I had to go to school for 1 year in order to qualify to get into COB. And I remember time for me to go into Nassau for school, and I'm like, I never been to Nassau before, I don't know anyone there. I was about 3 sizes smaller than I am. My mom said, you know, you can't really take Nassau. You can catch those public buses in Nassau. There's nowhere for you to stay, so I was a little timish. Now, summertime, and I didn't have anywhere else to go. So because I was such a good Anglican, I'm serving on the altar. I remember Father Bo at the time spoke with Father Tynes, who was the rector at St. Barnabas Church in Nassau. And they allowed me to come and stay there. I lived in a church rectory for like about a year and a half. I applied to law school about 3 years before I even went to law school, before I even went to COB in Nassau. And I'm a person believing if you want to do something, you commit to it early. So what I did was, the deposit was £500, and I paid my deposit 3 years before I went to school. I didn't know where the money was coming from. I was just saying, I don't want to lose my deposit. I paid it. It was about $700 in cash, US. And I committed myself, and I said, I have a conditional acceptance. Once I can finish COB in Nassau, I can go to law school. At one point in time, I was about to give up, and I said, Mommy, I'm out of school, and I'm in England. I remember this very vividly. I said, I don't have any funds, and I said, I tried my best. I said, I did what I could do, and I don't have it. And I'm going to change my ticket to come back home on Wednesday. And I started to cry. I packed up everything in my office, in my room. I gave away everything I had, and I was coming home on Wednesday. And then my aunt, though, said, oh, good quiz, can I come home? So they kind of scrap up, so to speak, some funds and sent me about $2,000, which kind of I gave back to the school, give them a payment plan, and I was able to enroll. The personal lesson I've learned that helped me along the way as a magistrate was, I suppose, empathy for people. I know that when I was always put myself in other people's position, and I know that people will write you off depending on where you come from or how you look. And so as a magistrate, and when people look up to me as a magistrate, I always say, you know, don't look down on people because I was there.
Magistrate Laquay Lang's journey is a testament to faith, sacrifice, and unrelenting commitment. Today, Magistrate Lang serves with empathy, remembering the days when opportunity was uncertain and the future unwritten. His message is clear: where you begin does not determine where you belong. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
We salute our Facebook friend of the day, Jerika Wilson. Thank you so much for your support, and we hope that you enjoyed your day. Well, we are out of news time, but we invite you to tune in into tomorrow's newscast for a special feature with Bahamian music artist Sherrod Taylor. That will be exciting. Stay tuned. Sports is up next after this break.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, Division of Cultural Affairs, presents the 2026 Junior Junkanoo Grand Bahama Parade, powered by the City of Freeport Council. Saturday, February 28, 2026 at 6 p.m. West Explorers Way, downtown Freeport is where you need to be to catch the 2026 Junior Junkanoo Grand Bahama Parade. See you there.
Love
is in the air. Everywhere I look around, love is in the air. Every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in. And it's there.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
A stage fit for our top-level swimmers. An arena for the fans to enjoy. And a breath of fresh air for our sporting facilities. Join us for the groundbreaking ceremony of the new Grand Bahama Aquatic Center, live this Thursday, February 12th at 1 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sportscape, everybody. I'm Shane Stubbs, and of course, all eyes will be on the historic groundbreaking for the Grand Bahama Aquatic Center taking place right here at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. And according to some of the coaches I spoke with, they are extremely excited, not just for themselves, but for their athletes.
So it's going to create a lot of opportunities for them. It's been a long time coming, I'm not going to lie. The swimmers seem very excited about having a 50-meter pool finally be established on the island of Grand Bahama. For the parents, at least, I think they're more excited because we've been traveling back and forth to Nassau for the 50-meter pool. And with this, it's going to cut down a lot of expenses that they've had over the past years.
You can imagine if, despite not having that, how well our kids do. If they could incorporate a 50-meter pool in their regular training, you can imagine what would then happen. We still would use the 25-meter pools as our home pools, but to incorporate a 50-meter training pool will take our kids, Grand Bahamian swimmers, to that next level. We will no longer be secondary because we will have the facilities that will make us first-class elite athletes.
And finally, wrapping things up in the Jimmy Cummer Keith Mullings Primary Basketball League quarterfinals. In girls action, the Hugh Campbell Hornets shut out the Freeport Primary Conquerors by a final score of 10-0. And on the boys' side, the Sunland Baptist Stingers outlasted Martintown Primary 26-7. Now for live coverage of the historic groundbreaking event, you can tune into the ZNS Network on Thursday at 1 p.m. That's going to do it for your sports fix this evening, everybody. I'm Shane Stubbs. Your chef on the local forecast is next.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Cause it's so beautiful.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Love is in the air. Everywhere I look around, love is in the air. Every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in. And it's there.
A stage fit for our top-level swimmers. An arena for the fans to enjoy. And a breath of fresh air for our sporting facilities. Join us for the groundbreaking ceremony of the new Grand Bahama Aquatic Center, live this Thursday, February 12th at 1 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
I thought you was lying, but...
Wait, I never is joking here for real.
I didn't know he was here.
He is here. He in the village. It's like that wrong thing, wait.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, no more guessing, no more speculating, no more assuming. Yours truly, Tico T, a.k.a. Freeport's Minister of Music. I'm here on the all-new Power 104.5, the fun station. So y'all know what to do. Y'all lock in with me, and let's have a good time, all right? The all-new Power 104.5.
The all-new Power 104.5 FM. The fun station.
Number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Unconditionally, not expecting anything in return, I thought was a wonderful way of showing this love, and I believe that it is love that truly draws people, and so I thought we could cover a lot more people by feeding. Volunteers, you know, they have truly been sold.
My passion is to help, and I thank God for what I can do through the help of Bahamas Feeding Network.
Abuse, domestic violence, suicidal tendencies. Are you being stressed out from these problems? Call the national hotline at 422-2763 or 322-2763. There are trained social workers available 24 hours to help you. Know that you are not alone in this.
There are over 3 million shipwrecks on the ocean floor, just waiting to be found. Nothing is truly ever lost at sea, only hidden by time and sand. When I put this fleet together, it wasn't just for fun. And although we do have fun, we never lose sight of our goal. Right here, right now, we are on a mission.
Strong family bonds provide a crucial support system, often filling the gaps that might otherwise lead to reliance on social assistance.
If we get the family structure support system right, you won't see adult children willingly putting their parents in senior citizens' homes. You won't see anyone putting children up for adoption. We should be the safety net for when the family begins to have some challenges.
Addressing the root causes of dependency is essential, as our goal is to shift the focus from merely providing aid to fostering self-reliance.
We must be prepared to move persons from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment. And I'm asking the public to join us on this journey.
This has been the Heartbeat Brief, an inside look at the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, Bahamar enters what it sees as the next evolution of Caribbean luxury. We have the details of a $700 million groundbreaking and what this ultimately means for the local economy. Plus, what the opposition leader makes of Hubert Minister's decision to contest the Kalani constituency as an independent, and a plea for stronger parental involvement in the face of declining PTA numbers. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The Bahamar Resort marking an important milestone in its growth and development. The waterfront Cable Beach development breaking ground this morning for a multi-million-dollar high-end resort and residences. Fern Carey has tonight's top story.
Officials at the Bahama Resort putting shovels in the ground Wednesday, marking the start of construction on its over $700 million high-end luxury resort and residences on the site of the former Melia Nassau Beach Hotel. The new luxury hotel will feature 350 rooms and 50 luxury branded residences. It will also boast a spa and wellness center, numerous restaurants and bars, and other amenities. Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, says the project will boost economic activity in the country while strengthening our global competitiveness. He added that some 1,000 jobs will be created by the project.
A young person watching this development rise can picture themselves in it as a supervisor, a manager, an engineer, a chef, or an entrepreneur with a service to provide. That is the kind of confidence we want our economy to create, confidence that hard work will open doors. It is also a reminder that partnership matters.
Tourism Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, lauded Bahama for helping to elevate the country's tourism brand.
It strengthened our tourism product, created opportunities for Bahamians, and reinforced the message that the Bahamas is building for the future. To the owners, investors, and management of Bahama, I congratulate you and I thank you. Thank you for continuing to invest in the dreams, hopes, and potential of the Bahamas and the Bahamian people.
Construction on this multi-million-dollar site will begin tomorrow, and that will include the construction of a seawall on this site.
Woolsley Construction, here local, will be coming out here and driving sheet piles down into the ground to protect the beach and to protect behind the beach all of the construction that will be happening. So we'll be starting with a seawall running the entire length of the property. That'll take quite a few months to do that seawall. And then the next phase, which will be this summer, will be the pilings that will go into the ground to support the foundations.
The project is expected to be completed by 2029. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, Opposition Leader Michael Pintard and his deputy, Shannon Don Cartwright, turning out this morning to support the next phase of Bahama's multi-million-dollar development. Pintard applauding the move to increase the inventory of rooms, particularly here in the capital, reasoning that it adds to the country's reputation as a premier destination. Now, that aside, when asked his reaction to former party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis opting to run as an independent in the upcoming general election, Pintard told our news team this.
Quite frankly, we're just excited about all of the candidates that we have ratified. We believe that we have picked a diverse and talented group of candidates. It would have been nice to have him as an elder statesman to provide advice to a number of the new candidates, to build on the work that the Free National Movement has done with 4 non-consecutive times that we have served as the government of the Bahamas. And I think he has unfortunately missed an opportunity there. But we continue to do the work with the talented folks who believe that it is important for all hands to be on deck and not just when you are in charge.
Now, the Free National Movement has another 2 candidates to go before completing its ratification roundup. Card bearers from Marco City, a seat held by the party's leader in the multi-island Maikal constituency. Mr. Pintard says they're just waiting for that particular candidate to finish up his vacation. While the F&M's newly minted candidate for the Garden Hills constituency, former NBA champion Rick Fox, is said to have explored joining the Progressive Liberal Party before ultimately aligning with the official opposition. Return to our Betty Thompson-Moss for that story.
3-time NBA champion and actor Rick Fox is making his first bid for a seat in the House of Assembly. His party alignment surfaced in recent weeks. Despite earlier statements suggesting he might run as an independent, Fox joined the F&M stating his vision for national reform aligns with party leader Michael Pintard. But prior to becoming a standard bearer for the opposition, Fox apparently sought a nod from the governing Progressive Liberal Party.
Rick Fox did reach out to me and thinking to be a PLP standard bearer in this election. And then about 2 or 3 days, up to 2 or 3 days before he was nominated, he was seeking to get a nomination, seeking a nomination for either Galani or Long Island.
Although Fox originally announced an intent to run for the newly created St. James seat, he ultimately accepted the nomination for Garden Hills. The Prime Minister was also asked about this move.
I make nothing of it.
Now, in terms of pushing ahead with the decision for a PLP nomination, the Prime Minister says
He never applied for one.
Fox has framed his bid as a complete political reset for the Bahamas. His stated priorities include transparency and governance, as well as economic reform. Meantime, Garden Hills is being viewed as a key battleground constituency and as a swing seat, having changed hands between the PLP and FNM over the last 4 elections. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Betty Thompson-Moss.
Well, thanks, Betty. Now, over in Grand Bahama, the Progressive Liberal Party is tonight ratifying its 5 candidates. Raven Davis of our Northern Service is on the ground. Raven?
Especially coming off of Monday night's ratification there in New Providence. The momentum is certainly building. Of course, a lot of excited supporters have turned up here on Grand Bahama Island. Many of them blowing hearts, many of them cheering. You had the music playing as well. Of course, the Prime Minister, along with the Deputy Prime Minister, are expected to arrive here. In fact, in just a matter of moments, we expect to see some 5 candidates from Grand Bahama Island officially ratified. But of course, right now we have here with me the National Vice Chair for the PLP. He is Attorney Tamar. Tamar, talk about the significance of this event tonight and what it signals for the electorate.
Well, this is the last ratification rally in a series of 3. And what is so significant about this particular ratification rally is that it is in Grand Bahama. The PLPs in the 2021 administration would have started its rally, its momentum here in Grand Bahama, so it's more than fitting that it ends in Grand Bahama. And what we have seen over the last 5 years is how significant Grand Bahama was to this PLP administration. And when we talk about the progress continues, which is the theme of these ratification rallies, I mean, Grand Bahama knows well about the progress that it has made since the PLP took office in 2021.
Talk about some of that progress and if you believe the party has done enough to secure a second consecutive term in office.
I do believe we have secured enough. We have proven that we are well invested, ensuring that the country and the economy rebounds as far as lowering back, as far as increasing the minimum wage, as far as our dedication to labor and public service. I believe especially all of the infrastructure that has been developed in education, in the hospitals, you name it, the list goes on. We set out in 2021 with a blueprint for change, and we ensured that it is instilled. That blueprint for change is actually actualized and realized in the development and in the revitalization, not just here in Grand Bahama, but throughout the length and breadth of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
And lastly, what would you say is the mood amongst the party supporters right now?
I mean, right now, I feel like, especially in Grand Bahama, they are excited, they're elated. I mean, it's been a long time coming, right, to have ratified candidates. So now all of our soldier councilors, our generals, our soldiers, all of the supporters, they're just ready to hit the road and show that, guess what, come 2026, the PLP will have a second term in office and the PLP will be successful here in Grand Bahama.
Thank you so much for that, Tamar. Now, of course, the Prime Minister has emphatically declared that the party will go into full campaign mode come February 16. Of course, that means increased visibility, more activity on the ground. But I am going to be on the ground, standing by all night, bringing you all of the latest developments as they unfold. We're reporting live from Grand Bahama Island at PLP headquarters. I am Raven Davis. Back to you at the desk, because
Well, thanks so much, Raven. We can also tell you tonight of the Prime Minister's recent plea to healthcare workers to trust him. Has gotten a pretty cold reception from one physicians union head whose reluctance comes from months of sparring with the government over a number of issues. Today, Mr. Davis responded to the doubt expressed by the president of the Consultant Physician Staff Association, as we hear in this next report from our Corval Pyfrom.
From the rally stage Monday evening, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis addressed labor, particularly talking to healthcare workers.
I want to speak directly to our union brothers and sisters, and to every healthcare worker across this country. You can trust me.
Those words meant to warm relations with these workers, which have been increasingly strained in recent months, promising to sit at the table and work with them to resolve their problems.
Working people deserve fairness. Unions deserve respect. Healthcare workers deserve support. I give you my word tonight. My government will stand with you.
However, for President of the Consultant Physician Staff Association, Dr. Sherelle Lockhart, the Prime Minister's words were of little comfort. She told the Nassau Guardian in response to Mr. Davis's call for unions to trust him that she'd love to trust the government, but it cannot be blind trust, adding, quote, "We have to see the benefits of our trust. They have to do what they have signed and pledged to do." On Wednesday, Mr. Davis was asked about those comments.
I didn't ask them to be blind about anything. I asked them to just be objective and look at what we're doing.
For months, the CPSA and other organizations representing healthcare workers have been calling on the government to address a number of grievances, from wages to benefits to staff shortages and overall working conditions. Most recently, public healthcare nurses across the country staged a days-long sick-out because they hadn't been paid overtime owed to them since last October. At the time, the Prime Minister expressed disappointment in that action taken by those nurses, and talking to reporters Wednesday, he reminded of all he's done for those workers.
Asked them what was their entry salary level when I took office in 21. Asked them what it is now, right, to see what we have done for them.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pfeiffer.
The Prime Minister also responding to concerns raised by National Health Insurance Authority CEO Christy Young-Butler about delayed payouts to providers enrolled in the NHI program. Young-Butler alerting during a recent interview that enrollment in the NHI program has grown faster than its resources, leading to significant delays. Mr. Davis, not fully aware of the situation, but nonetheless confident that these issues can too be resolved.
I'm not aware of all the facts, but I do know that from finance, I've had some issues on the manner in which providers were billing, and I know that there's some reconciliation process being looked into to determine the challenges and how we could correct some of the anomalies that the NHI executives are speaking about.
Coming up, the Prime Minister pays a visit to the Simpson Penn School for Boys. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more when we return.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Forget them flower, forget them check. You know it's Tommy, get the respect. AP is hungry, sitting close. Grease on your lip, that's how I know. You is my person, that ain't no secret. Sharing, I might keep it. Love buckets.
8 tasty pieces of chicken, thighs, and legs for just $20. Add a large side for $5. This February, love deserves a bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good.
This is the inaugural edition of The Movement, your energy and transport briefing, bringing you updates directly from the Ministry of Energy and Transport. Welcome to The Movement, live from the National Energy Summit. We begin with Energy in Motion, an inside look at the National Energy Summit 2025, where leaders, students, and stakeholders all gathered to accelerate the Bahamas' energy transition. Guided by the theme, Shaping a Sustainable Energy Future Through People, Power, and Partnerships, this summit stands as the signature annual event for the Ministry of Energy and Transport.
As the Minister of Energy and Transport, my vision of a sustainable energy future is driven by 3 conditions: reliability and security, affordability, and low carbon.
Across 2 impactful days, innovation, discussion, and collaboration filled every room.
Let's use the summit to deepen our understanding of where we stand These are the first steps in a process that will benefit Bahamians for generations.
The Minister of Energy and Transport recorded key milestones: 488 steel poles replaced, over 9,000 feet of underground cable installed, power outages reduced by 86% on New Providence, and across the Bahamas, more than 18 new power stations are being developed, introducing solar, LNG, and energy storage systems.
Whether you live in Bimini or Nagua, the Ministry of Energy and Transport is dedicated to ensuring reliable, affordable, sustainable, and low-carbon electricity for everyone.
I'm Larissa Lundy, and this is The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. Stay with us.
You're looking at a shot of Grand Bahama's Grand Lucayan Resort, and that shot courtesy of our drone pilot, Kyson Miller. Thanks, Kyson. Welcome back. A number of young men benefiting from an agrarian course at the Simpson Penn Center for Boys. The cohort, comprising 12 boys who entered the program for bad behavior but have since changed course, and Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, couldn't be more proud.
I'd like to begin by thanking the leadership and the staff of the Simpson Penn Center for Boys for the invitation to be here today. I also want to recognize the families, the program partners, and of course, the young men we are here to celebrate. And I'm honored to be standing on these grounds here this morning. And I mean that sincerely, because what is happening here at Simpson Penn is something every Bahamian should be proud of. So to the graduates of this gardening program, I congratulate each one of you. You have learned how to prepare and cultivate a garden from the ground up.
Minister of Social Services, the Honorable Miles Laroda, lauded the program as having the potential to further growth and greater impact the lives of Simpson Penn residents.
This Garden of Resilience is aptly named and will continue to stand as a thriving testament of what is possible when we truly seek to reform by fostering the environment that is disciplined, provides skills training in a critical area like food security, and strengthen relationship bonds through family involvement.
And speaking of the youth, Director of Education Dominique McCartney-Russell is calling for greater parental involvement amid what she deems a troubling decline in PTA participation, more specifically within the secondary school. As the director tells it, while some parents remain engaged, overall attendance has dropped sharply, raising serious concerns. At a time when educators are tasked with improving outcomes and closing achievement gaps, McCartney-Russell cautions that the responsibility cannot rest solely on their shoulders.
We encourage parents to participate in our national PTA meeting. At one point we had over 1,000 parents participate, I think 1,500 parents at one point, but that's still not enough. The goal, and we want to be able to say to you, this is where your child stands. These are some of the strengths. These are some of the areas for growth. We want to talk about their behavior. We want to talk about their socialization. But sometimes parents wait until the end of the year. They collect that report card and then they are shocked by the results.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Wait, what you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Whether you need life insurance, an endowment plan, or health insurance, BAF has you for all stages of your life.
Welcome to Cornet Bahamas, where love begins at the door. For the entire month of February, you can enjoy 25% off of our doors, flooring, and tiles. Because our love truly goes beyond the door. Whether you're building, renovating, or simply upgrading your space, we're here to guide you every step of the way. On behalf of Cornet Bahamas, I can't wait to help you find the perfect fit.
You're invited to the 27th Grand Bahama Business Outlook, taking place Thursday, February 12th at Pelican Bay. Join Prime Minister the Right Honorable Philip Davis, our keynote speaker, and connect with a wide range of business leaders and experts as they discuss this year's theme, Strengthening Foundations for Long-Term Prosperity. Don't miss this opportunity to gain insights, network, and discover strategies for growth. Reserve your spot today at tclevents.com.
Now time for us to lighten the load, and to help us out, we're going to toss it over to Royston and Melena for a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now.
Absolutely, Makusha. I can't promise any heavy lifting, but we will light the load certainly. Yesterday was Safer Internet Day, so today we're continuing the conversation to see how students are using AI, hopefully safely.
And on the creative side, we're going to be telling you all about an Anglican musical that's going to be coming out in April, what you can expect from that, and where you can go see it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing about that, you don't have to be an Anglican to appreciate Anglican hymns. So that's a good thing about it. Stay with us, the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
At Frame Studio, as soon as you enter the door, we showcase any individual that comes in there and make it feel like they are at home. The space itself is 1,800 square foot. Our side wall, which is industry standard also, is 24 feet wide. You can do anything that you can possibly think of. At Frame Studio, under our theme, Now Create More, we look at Frame Studio as a canvas. And any artist knows a canvas is blank, and then you create whatever you want to do, right? So we have where you could rent tools. We even have workstations that people could rent out. To anyone inspiring to do what I've done, or what my colleagues have done, or any other journey, I would say to you, don't be afraid. The worst someone can actually tell you is no. So if you have a vision, you have an idea, not everyone will get it. But if you believe in your vision, you believe in your idea, I say go wholeheartedly at it.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean, removing up to 100% of deposits, restoring your engine to perform like new. All new Restore and Protect, another first by Valvoline, distributed by Battery and Tire Specialists.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today. At
the first ever Devon Charlton Invitational Track and Field Meetup, Bahamian track athlete Devon Charlton explained the vision behind the inaugural event, while fellow esteemed athletes Masai Russell, Megan Simmons, and Danielle Williams expressed their enthusiasm for the future of the meetup.
Yeah, so for this meet, we just really wanted to bring some high-power competition to the Bahamas, get some international athletes. So we have athletes there from the U.S., Canada, Bermuda, Grand Bahama Family Islands, and so just wanted to break up some of the monotony of training and competing against the same people every week, and just bring in something new and like freshen up the competition scene. Yeah, I think it's important because I just remember being a young athlete and a lot of times seeing the athletes, elite athletes who I'd only see on TV, and being able to walk up to them, get pictures, talk, ask questions was really important to me. So since I have the opportunity to do that and like be that for the next generation of Bahamian athletes, why not? Overwhelmed with the turnout. I think we have over 800 kids competing. Definitely blessed, and you know, I can't thank everybody enough who came out to support.
Hi, my name is Masai Russell, Olympic gold medalist. I'm here to support the Devon Charlton Invitational because I love giving back. Devon is also my training partner, so it just made sense for me because I would like to do something like this one day for myself.
I'm Megan Simmons, formerly Megan Tapper, Olympic bronze medalist, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm so proud to be celebrating Devon Charlton at her first Devon Charlton Invitational. This is complete brilliance, and I'm happy that I was here to celebrate with her and celebrate with Bahamas and see history.
I'm Danielle Williams. I'm two-time World 100-meter hurdles champion, and I'm just here celebrating Devon Charlton at her first track meet. I'm here to see the future of Bahamian superstars and just here supporting.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver, which is the organ responsible for filtering toxins from the body, producing bile for digestion, and producing proteins and clotting factors. The most important cause of hepatitis worldwide is viruses, of which there are 5 main types: A, B, C, D, and E. Hepatitis B and C are major health challenges globally, affecting over 300 million persons worldwide. The suspicion of hepatitis may be a challenge as there are typically no symptoms. However, if infected, non-specific symptoms may include decreased appetite, nausea, vague abdominal discomfort, jaundice or yellow eyes, and abnormal liver function tests. If not treated, hepatitis of any type can lead to cirrhosis and liver cancer, which leads to over 1 million deaths worldwide. If you suspect you may have been exposed to the virus that causes hepatitis, talk to your doctor today and get tested.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority in conjunction with the Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Influenza, or the flu as it is commonly called, is a viral illness that usually occurs between the months October to March. The virus is transmitted from person to person through coughing, sneezing, or talking. Symptoms include fever, cough, headache, runny nose, generalized body aches, and fatigue. There is no specific treatment for the flu, and the symptoms usually dissipate after 3 to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
At the Dixon Hill Lighthouse in San Salvador to let you know that marine protected areas make dollars and cents. A well-designed and managed network of protected areas can generate income for nearby communities. From MPA managers to lodges to eco-tours, there is money to be made.
Healthy marine ecosystems help to protect our islands from climate change and other impacts that we cannot control. Healthy coral reefs help to break down fake waves, and mangroves absorb storm surge and help to protect our coastline.
Hold
older and larger fish tend to carry more and healthier eggs than younger fish. Fish replenishment areas will allow fish to grow bigger and ensure that we have more fish now and in the future.
In a replenishment area, fish are free to grow and reproduce. As their populations increase, more fish will spill over into other areas where fishermen can increase their catch and their income.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island, and you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
See the future with Bahamas Protected.
D.W. Davis students excel and awarded for their stellar achievements.
And Safer Internet Day celebrated. Seahall was involved.
Also, the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center making steady gains.
And in sports, the GSSA Championships tip off.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
It's hump day, so we're inching closer to the weekend, but we're also just 2 days away from Valentine's Day. You still have to get those plans in order, and if you haven't, we've offered you options in terms of cupcakes and fruit arrangements.
True, and I've seen a lot of event options online too, but I also have to say, for the people out there that say they're not like big Valentine's Day people, you can go to the food store, they sell flowers in there. Like, you can make someone's day for less than $15. Just show you care, just a little something.
Absolutely. It just takes a little bit of creativity. In fact, what happened to making playlists? You can even use AI these days to make a custom song.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Until then, let's dive right into the news. Just like it says in their royal decree, where purpose meets passion, growth is the ultimate result. Students at D.W. Davis showed tremendous academic improvement and were rewarded recently as a result. Our Daniel Dean has a story.
Royalty is not just about what's on your head. Royalty is about what's in your hand.
And just like royals should, these D.W. Davis students made excellence their standard and reaped the results. 6 principals list, 32 honor roll, and 12 honorable mention awards presented to standout students. Area MP, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, commemorated the junior high school's achievements.
These students put in a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, and effort, and we have to take the time out to support them in their endeavors so they could continue on the path that they're certainly on here today.
Anton Moss is an 8th grade basketball player who also snagged an honorable mention award, a feat others may take for granted, but one he said took great effort.
I have worked hard and I have stayed focused, and I thank God for this moment.
Moss adding at the end of the ceremony, he walks away with this vital message, and this is something that he would encourage his peers, both here from the school and from other schools, to take on as well.
Don't mind what people say, always stay focused, chase your dreams, and study hard, and you will get anything you want in life.
A takeaway from keynote speaker, Chief Superintendent of Police, Chrislyn Skippings.
Those who did not make the honor roll, as I indicated in my speech, you can turn things around by simply adjusting your God-given personal computer, your brain.
School officials say they continue to require just one thing from their students, their best. And with this, academic achievements will hopefully multiply. For the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Danielle Dean.
Thanks, Danielle. Meanwhile, BTC officials are partnering with the police force's cybercrime unit to celebrate Safer Internet Day to create a safer, more responsible and positive online environment. BTC's overall focus of smart tech, safe choices, the primary purpose of the youth forum that reminded students, experts and industry professionals that technology isn't neutral. Every unguarded click, every unprotected system, every moment of ignorance can have consequences far beyond our screens. The specialists at the forefront stress the next generation cannot afford to be passive observers, and the choices they make today will shape the future they inherit, which includes artificial intelligence as a driving force.
equipping our students with the critical skills to think, as well as to give them the practical knowledge and the tactical advantage of what's going on out there, helping them to use technology in a smart and a safe way is essential for not only their protection, but also for them to learn and grow in their fields that they want to go in professionally.
Students have to understand exactly that you have a digital footprint. We know that what you do at age 12 or 13 can affect your 18-year-old self. When you go to college, they may surf the internet and pick up information on you. When you go to look for a job, they might be able to pick up information on you.
For the students, AI is not just technology, but a force that redefines their education, careers, and communities.
Events like these are really important to our youth as they serve as an education forum for us to understand the importance of learning the things that we'll be facing in the future.
I expect to take away loads of just advice, aside from what I already know on how to stay safe online, how to continue to stay safer as things are changing.
Since the Henan Province demonstration farm at the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center was handed over to the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources late last year, Minister Jomo Campbell says local farmers have been effectively gleaning modern farming technologies and growing crops courtesy of free seedling distribution.
We're still carrying on the sessions, the training sessions with local farmers as before, and distributing the produce. I had the pleasure of distributing some produce that came from Bamsi just last week as well. And so we're continuing the efforts, and we like to thank our partners from the Chinese Embassy for starting that program with us.
Now, as for those taking advantage of food sustainability program, he says the numbers are climbing.
We've definitely seen an increase. Some of my members of parliament are calling us on a day-to-day basis, requesting backyard farming kits. You know, agriculture really and truly is Bahamian culture. There was a time when you could find either a lemon tree, a sour tree, a bird pepper tree in every yard, you know, and all of the seasonal fruits that we tend to enjoy was found right in our backyards. And people are gravitating towards that again.
A major moment in Bahamian musical history is set to take center stage this April under the patronage of the Right Reverend Leish Boyd, Bishop of the Anglican Diocese, along with its administrative team and cast, will present The Mass, a powerful new musical written and composed by Bahamian musician and devout Anglican Philip Gray.
It is centered around trying to do the Mass in modern genres, so calypso, junkanoo, reggae, rake and scrape, and that sort of thing. It is centered around the period of COVID, because it was in COVID that I got the revelation to do this. It's centered around a young lady who is actually concerned about music for her era of persons. Her mother thinks that it's because of all that we've gone through as a country, that she's depressed because of COVID, because we've just come out of the hurricane, but in fact, she wants different music in the church.
The musical will be staged at the Grand Hyatt at Bahamar Ballroom, and it's a black tie gala dinner show scheduled for Friday, April 17th at 7 p.m. Two additional performances will take place on Saturday, April 18th at 2 p.m. for high school students, followed by a final public performance at 8 p.m.
I would like to thank Philip Gray and his exceptional team of artists and talents who have come forward with the idea of producing The Mass, a musical production written and composed by Philip himself. And this team is doing this to the glory of God for the elevation of the arts. And they've indicated that proceeds will go toward the Anglican Diocese and Educulture, the wonderful fine arts promoting organization founded and led by Dr. Dion Cunningham.
We're continuing this cool Wednesday evening with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean, who has your Access weather forecast. Stay close for that.
Roses are red, violets are blue. If you love to save, there's a store for you. Super value and quality supermarkets. Rainbow sliced beets, 15 ounces, $1.49. Romaine hearts, 3-pack, $4.99. Fresh pork, $2.39 per pound. Danish spare ribs, $2.39 per pound. Sunny Delight smooth or tangy, 64 ounces, 2 for $5. If you love to save while you shop, you need to stop and shop at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
It's time for your Access Weather Forecast. We do have a front system approaching the northwest Bahamas. We expect that to move into the area sometime on late Saturday, early Sunday, but it will stall over the extreme northwest Bahamas and then back up as a warm front, leaving us in that warm sector over the weekend, which can trigger 1 or 2 passing showers. But the front itself will head back towards the southeast and will move through the area on Monday morning. We'll bring with it a couple showers and a nice little cool down as we head into the early part of next week. Now, your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands. The winds are going to be southwest at 10 to 15 knots just ahead of that front. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide at 9-12 tonight. Now for the central parts of our country, we're going to have light and variable winds with flat seas, and in the southeastern islands, winds out of the northeast at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And then as we head into Thursday in the northwestern islands, the winds become west to northwest at 10 to 15 knots, and that's when that front will be very close to the northwest Bahamas. The wave heights very flat at 1 to 3 feet. Now the low tide, that will occur at 10:26 in the morning with high tide at 4:03 in the afternoon. For the central islands, light and variable winds with flat seas. In the southeast Bahamas, that persistent northeast component at 10 to 15 knots will continue. And then on Friday, in the northwestern central islands, the winds will become light and variable with flat seas. Low tide 11:17 in the morning with the high tide at 4:57 in the afternoon. And for the southeast Bahamas on Friday, northeast winds once again 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Looking for you, but hey, y'all, where you been, darling? I've been looking for you.
I've been chilling out by the bar last night. This girl, she was looking nice, she blow my mind. Well, all of a sudden, I start to order drinks and I drink everything. She make me feel like a king.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston and Melina.
As always, thanks so much, Basil. I'm actually looking forward to more cooler weather come next week.
Me too. And for now, it's time to turn things over to Total Sports to see what's on tap.
The G2 Basketball Championships off to a hot start. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby Search Your Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The 2026 Best of 3 GSSA Basketball Championships got off to a strong start for the D.W. Davis Royals, C.I. Gibson Rattlers in the junior and senior divisions, respectively, yesterday at the Kendall G. Isaacs Gymnasium. Both of the Royals teams got the upper hand in their series for a 1-zip lead. The Royals junior boys won Game 1 in dominant fashion, 60-26 against the H.O. Nash Lions. Meanwhile, the junior girls took control of their series with a 43-26 victory over the Lions as well. On the senior side, the C.I. Gibson Lady Rattlers will take down the Armbilly Pacers 50-43 for a 1-zip series lead. And on the nightcap, in the game of the night in senior boys, the Rattlers and Pacers clashing again in a hotly contested and physical contest. The Pacers had the edge early on, extending their lead to 9 with under 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The score would be 38-36 at half, favoring Armbilly. The Rattlers took a lead late in the third period and were ahead 53-47 when an on-court altercation occurred between C.I. Gibson player Gerardo Wright and Armbilly's William Ingram that saw several other players and even fans get involved before persons ultimately stepped in and calmed the situation down. It took some 15 minutes or so for play to resume. As a result, both players were ejected. From there, C.I. Gibson would gain the momentum and hang on for the 72-66 win.
Very good team, well-coached team. But I knew that our boys had the fight in them to pull it out, and they did that.
Just tell me a bit about, one game away from another GSSA championship, what you guys have to do in game 2 to wrap it up.
We just got to be consistent. We were not consistent in the first 2 halves. Defensively, we were very out of sync and not doing what we're supposed to do on the defensive side of the ball. Once we do that, I think we give ourselves a good chance. We did it in the second half, but we really need to put the ball in the basket. So at the end of the day, on Thursday, we got to come up ready mentally, physically, and be ready to go.
Switching gears to some fight news. A local martial artist recently winning a major award at an international competition. Our Charles Fisher caught up with him and filed this report.
His name is Renchi Darren Says, a 5th-degree black belt, also a master instructor, who is proving that determination and consistency pays off.
Well, I've been in martial arts for over 28 years, very long time. And I've got started from a young child watching my father growing up doing the martial arts and watching other people doing it in the movies, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, and Bruce Lee, to name a few. And I was inspired to do it, so I asked my mom to, hey, help me out with some martial arts. And she didn't really have the funding to do it. So I used my lunch money to pay for my karate classes. And I used my lunch money to pay for my karate classes all the way up to black belt. And just to tell you, it's about $10,000 worth of lunch money.
That money wasn't spent in vain, as he's now reaping the benefits, having received a big induction at an event in the United States.
This is a wonderful, powerful international event they normally host every year. First, we had a seminar of the whole Golden Fish community. They came together to actually perform and also to test you and see if you're ready for the next level. And then right after that, then we had the Grand Hall of Fame International Championships. And this Hall of Fame event is really powerful. We had persons from Russia, we had persons from Japan, we had people from Puerto Rico, America. I was one of the only Bahamians there, but we had other Bahamian supporters. I was the only Bahamian performer there. And I did an awesome job with my samurai demonstration. I received the award of Hall of Fame Martial Artist, Outstanding Martial Artist for 2026, which is an amazing award. And the best part about this too, I was able to represent God and represent Jesus Christ. So I brought forward to the table a speech right after the award, and I represented Christ. And it also spread, and everyone else started to say the same thing, which is wonderful.
And his award, rewarding the Bahamas too.
Right now, we're actually going to be hosting an International Hall of Fame event in the Bahamas, February 6, 2027. So I'm going to be co-hosting that event, and this is a very powerful thing. And I'm going to be bringing all of the nation to the Bahamas. So it's going to be one of the biggest events in the Bahamas, and it's thanks to me being consistent and thanks to God giving me the help to do that.
Good job, and continue to make yourself and Bahamas proud. For ZNS Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
In track news over the weekend, Devin Charlton hosting her inaugural invitational featuring several big-time pro athletes. Media catching up with Devin, who spoke about being the reigning 2-time indoor hurdles champ, along with her younger sister Anthea, on her expectations for her 2026 campaign.
I mean, it's always
it's going to be some level of pressure, but at the same time, I kind of put it at the back of my head, keep the work in the forefront, and just know that when I go out to the track, I'm going to take care of business. But at the end of the day, you have to lay that foundation, and then when you go out there, just forget all about it and compete.
Run really fast, jump really far, finish the season healthy, improve on everything from last year, fix all the things that need to be fixed, and just have a great season, a better season.
How was that?
Really interesting. It's like a lot of things are different, a lot of independence. Things I took for granted as a collegiate, I am now realizing like we're a privilege, and I'm just grateful for everything that's been, and just making that adjustment now.
That's been a look at your sports this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles signing out until tomorrow.
We're BAF Financial.
We're BAF General and Health Insurance.
Welcome to the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Come on in to Cash and Go. Need technical support? We are BFG Services.
BAF Global. Global reach, local care. You fall back in love with shopping when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Devon corned beef, 12 ounces, $2.29. Country Barn mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $3.69. Mahatma long grain or parboiled rice, 5 pounds, $4.89. Sweet mangoes, $1.79 each. Whole chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. Case price, $45.99. If you love to save while you shop, you need to stop and shop at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
You're looking at a shot of Freeport, Grand Bahama, near the International Airport. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Kyson Miller. Thanks, Kyson. And it's time now to take a trip to Cat Island. Let's go.
The message of youth empowerment echoed across the Bahamas yesterday as the Youth Empowerment Program marked its 14th annual YEP Day, engaging students not only in New Providence, but also simultaneously on Cat Island. On Cat Island, students were inspired by guest speaker, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, who encouraged them to recognize their own value and power. He urged them not to wait on others to define their worth, but to see the light within themselves first and to know that they clearly belong.
Thanks, Royston. Well, it's time now to talk for Let's Talk Socials with Matea Stewart.
The Super Bowl halftime performance aired this weekend, and it had the internet in a chokehold. I'm Matea Stewart, bringing you your daily dose of social media updates, and today we're taking it back to the weekend. While the Seattle Seahawks walked away victorious against the New England Patriots, it was Bad Bunny who truly took over the stadium, bringing culture across the field with a halftime performance sung entirely in Spanish. Yes, entirely. And as you can imagine, the reactions online were loud and very mixed. The recent Grammy winner delivered a performance packed with symbolism and strong messaging, which many viewers interpreted as a direct jab at U.S. President Donald Trump. And just like that, the halftime show turned into a full-blown social media debate. Some viewers weren't here for it, calling the performance too political. But other viewers absolutely loved the message, praising Bad Bunny for reminding the world that America is, in fact, a melting pot of cultures. The performance celebrated diversity across borders, but still made sure to spotlight his home of Puerto Rico in a major way. And Bahamians, yes, we were watching closely because right there on the big screen, in the middle of it all, we spotted the Bahamian flag waving proudly. A small moment, but a big deal for us. One thing's for sure, whether you loved it or hated it, Bad Bunny had everyone talking. And isn't that what a Super Bowl halftime show is supposed to do? That's what's buzzing online. I'm Matea Stewart, and this has been LTS.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't speak Spanish, but I was loving that performance. You don't have to speak it to feel it, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and the set design was insane. All the people, the bush people. the like grass people running on. It was just
incredibly colorful, incredibly well detailed, and a masterful performance and entertainment.
And the message.
Absolutely. But necesito práctica mi español con tú.
See?
That's going to do it for Access Now for tonight. Thanks so much for hanging with us on this cool Wednesday evening.
And stay tuned for the rundown with Howard Grant. Good night, everybody.
Abuse, domestic violence, suicidal tendencies. Are you being stressed out from these problems? Call the national hotline at 422-2763 or 322-2763. There are trained social workers available 24 hours to help you. Know that you are not alone in this.
I don't know, but there's all kind of cars in the parking lot. You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, just don't park in the, look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park, just don't park. Don't park over here, that's handicap. No, you can't park in handicap spot. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, bro. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad big broke, and he got a sticker inside that say this mod though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
It's a joy, to help someone who is in need,
I'm proud to know that we are able to accommodate them with a hot meal, fresh meal, and a well-balanced meal.
A lot of our clients, as you know, it's in the inner city and persons who really improve and so much have lost their job. And for whatever reason, 2 months, 3 months, they really don't have anything.
You have to have some kind of kindness to do this.
This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Bahamas National Trust in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
For 60 years, we have been here, the voice of the environment. Here, speaking up and for your national parks, all across the islands of this nation. The places God visits for vacation, spanning over 2.5 million acres of land and sea. How delighted then he must be to see a sea of pink, as flamingos mingle and haven like jingles play where queen counts still sleep. And if you listen, you can hear it. The words of gossiping parrots awaiting the diction of the day. All 365 of them, that's every day and every year, 15,000 children share in the beauty of this playground. Our name is yours. And we have been yours for years unnoticed. Don't forget us. Support us. Your national parks. The defenders of your environment. Join us. Remember, our cause is yours. The first land and sea park in the world is yours. Heritage. Here it is. When was the last time you gasped at our scenery, gotten lost in the depth of our reefs, or even awed at the green of the leaves of our trees? Don't hesitate to donate and volunteer. Don't hesitate to care. We are here for you. The Bahamas National Trust, BNT. 3 letters that spell out simply, perfectly, and undoubtedly that we are yours.
Let's swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end.
Let's swim Bahamas. Water safety rule number 10. When boating, do not overload the boat. And if the boat ever capsizes, stay with the boat.
Let's swim Bahamas, bring water hazards to an end. Water hazards to an end.
The internet is an essential tool for children and adults. It can be used to research school reports, communicate with teachers, and play interactive games. But online access also comes with risks, such as inappropriate content, cyberbullying, and online predators. Here are a few.
At Harold Bond, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Rundown. I'm Howard Grant. It is wonderful to have you. It's a hump day. I don't know if you remember that commercial. Hump day is a wonderful day. Grateful to be with you guys. I hope you had a good day today. This evening, we're going to be able to dive into some things. You know that it's been a great deal of mixing up. Everyone will get into a political conversation to talk about what's happening around the nation. You see the Prime Minister starting to be able to talk about a great deal of things. You see some things as it relates to groundbreaking ceremonies for Bahama, but we can talk a little bit about politics. We can talk about these kind of notions and ideas of persons being able to reject you despite the fact that they did everything in their constitutional rights to get rid of you, and now they want you to live outside. I don't understand. But we're going to have a good conversation tonight. Guys, we're with none other than my very good friend, Garth Roseborough. He's sitting with us tonight and being able to talk with us in his astute posture, ready to jam. Garth, what's happening with you, my brother?
Man, it's a wonderful Wednesday night, I tell you that much. And a lot of excitement throughout the region.
Yeah.
As we prepare for our own excitement here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And you smiling from ear to ear. I know we're going to have a great show tonight. I'm positive of that.
I got to smile because a lot of things happening around the country, a lot of things happening around the world. And, you know, one of the things that you and I have not spoken about is the fact now that we're watching the entire Caribbean sort of recalibrate. Talk to me. After what we've seen with Venezuela, after what we've seen with the tariffs, after what we've seen in terms of this campaign, and people never like to talk about it, right? But after what we've seen coming out of America, it seems as though the Caribbean is recalibrating to find their footing. Talk to me about it.
Well, I hate to say these words, but, you know, I have to say it. We told you so. We saw all of these things about to take place. You could almost have felt the temperature coming through the Caribbean basin itself. As activities took place, we sat back, we watched the movie, but right here in the Bahamas, you and I sat back, we were wondering for the first 3.5 years, when was our show going to start? Now, all of a sudden, we now, too, we're calling for recalibration. We're now seeing some new faces in politics that we were not anticipating. We are now wondering, do these people have the wherewithal to actually assist us in this recalibration? Question marks, question marks, question marks, Howard Grant. But we're seeing question marks being answered within the Caribbean. Are our questions now going to be answered? That's what we're waiting to see.
I don't know. Our questions have been kind of lingering for decades now. We haven't had the answer to the immigration issue that we've been
That's what I'm talking about.
with. We haven't had the answer with a relentless question to crime that we've been wrestling with.
That's what we're talking about.
We haven't had, you know, the answer to the economic woes that we've been dealing with. We haven't had the answer to the question that we've been talking about with the cost of living and being able to find ourselves with living wages as opposed to being able to find ourselves with salary.
That's
we
correct.
haven't had these kind of answers.
Labor issues, medical facilities, infrastructure.
The country is scrambling to ensure that they align themselves even after the pronouncements of most recently we would have heard Herschel Walker, in his particular capacity as ambassador, the U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas, taking on this kind of a position to indicate that, hey, watch yourself as it relates to being able to sign this contract. But the thing is already signed, sealed, and delivered, right? And so the Prime Minister has indicated, you know, what he said as it relates to being able to see that project and see it to its fullest, and still commit himself to a strong relationship to America. We've seen all these things. We've seen that even prior to that, we've been able to see Marco Rubio come down and talk to us about the possibility of what we were doing in terms of what was happening with our nurses and trying to be able to facilitate these particular persons who have ills in our country. We had to recalibrate all of these things, but the question still lingers. The question still lingers, even though there's a recalibration to ensure that their geopolitics is covered. Talk to me. Their geopolitics is covered, and that relationship is steadfast in these particular in these places. The Bahamian people now have to answer the question as to whether or not they're satisfied with what is happening over the past 5 years or so, almost 5 years now, and being able to make a determination as to whether or not we're going to make those progressive steps to be able to choose a New Day administration yet again. Talk to me.
My issue over the past 4 years is very simple. If you do not have a proper, strong opposition, Howard Grant, it's not been evident. It doesn't really truly matter what the governing system is and how it performs.
It's heavy what you're saying.
If you want a change, you have to now prove yourself in opposition and show your strengths, I use the word strengths, that you are capable of bringing that change.
I can say something.
We have not seen that as yet.
I can say something to you. I can have to say this.
Am I talking in a parable?
No.
Okay.
But sometimes, you know, the Word of God says stuff. You got to speak in parable because some people don't understand. But we can have to talk about this, and we can talk like this.
Okay, listening.
To me, through observation, through understanding, through the tradition that existed in politics over the past 20, 30 years with observation, as I observed, to me, the Free National Movement is not preparing for a general election.
Okay. If I were to accept that, tell me then, what are they preparing for?
To me, their posture is that of a posture of being able to recalibrate an organization through convention.
Through convention?
Through convention. When you go to a convention, there is a ticket, okay? You've seen when you watch the unions go to elections, when you watch these particular things, everyone want to be on the A ticket, or A team, this is the team, okay? There's a choice of these individual persons to be able to ensure that we can manage your funds, we could be able to manage your affairs, we could be able to do the administrative work, we could do this, we could do that, right? What I'm watching in the Free National Movement right now, and you could fight me, and it's okay. What I'm watching in the Free National Movement right now is a recalibration and an identification to support strategic persons in preparation, watch me, for the revival and restoration, rebuilding of the Free National Movement. Because the emphasis that needs to be placed on what is the inevitable in terms of moving to the next general election is not there, not for me, not traditionally what we've seen so far. Now, I don't know whether or not it's economic, I don't know whether or not it's enthusiasm, I don't know what it may be. However, we're not seeing them make those strategic and specific moves that we would have seen traditionally along these lines by this time.
Okay, so here we go. The Free National Movement has said to both you and I while we sat together over the airways that we need to mind our own business. But this is a public, national, political entity. So therefore, we involved ourselves, as we are hosts, as we are presenting ourselves to the Bahamian people, as to what we see, not what we feel, not what we see.
This observation.
It's just observation.
This ain't feelings, this observation, I'm watching this.
For the first 3.5 years, my personal complaint.
I thought you was gonna hit me with the Frankie Gamble for the first 6 months of the year.
No. But for the first 3.5 going on to 4 years, there was one conversation in the Free National Movement that was continuous and it was systematic. And that person was in the form of a former Prime Minister, the Honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis. We got the news.
The conversation was on him and about
him continuously.
Okay, good.
Every convention, every situation, Minnis. If there was something wrong, it was Minnis's fault. And they wanted to move away from Minnis. But when they spoke about continuity and when they wanted to go back into power, they were saying, oh, we as a party did this for Dorian. We as a party, we did this during the pandemic. We as a party. So they wanted the accolades, but they didn't want the person. We saw that for 3.5 years. When Dr. Minnis did not get the nomination, but he said, I am still an FNM. That's what he said. Now we see where nominations have come forth. We've been calling for these nominations now. You and I have been calling for these nominations for at least 2 years. Now that these nominations are there, this former Prime Minister goes on the air to make an announcement. All of a sudden, the conversation is no longer the new candidates. The conversation is not about a plan. The conversation is not about putting the FNM in government. The people of the Bahamas are saying, oh, we gonna win the election. We the FNM, we gonna win the election. Oh, yeah, look how we looking. But the FNM is saying to us, what Minnis doing? Why Minnis on the air? Why Minnis saying what he's saying? Why Minister go sit down?
Okay,
why Minnis? Y'all going back in a cycle back to Minnis?
Okay, but so you didn't recognize what I said to you.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you and I'm showing you what's going on.
Let me structure it and tell you this.
Go ahead.
I said to you that this preparation that the FNM is having perceivably, apparently, has to do with what we identified in former times to move towards convention. Why?
Yes.
Because there is a desire for strategic people to be on the ticket, which would be the A team for the next dispensation of the FNM.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you.
And I'm saying also to you.
Why would everyone, including a former
leader?
A former deputy prime minister.
Oh, him.
And a former leader within the trifecta of the FNM now come to the forefront and indicate, I think it's time for him to go home. Right? Why would another former, there's 2 former leaders within the trifecta of the Free National Movement come out and make statements to say that it's time for Minnis to leave? Minnis gone. You did everything that you were supposed to do within the confines of your constitution and the strength of your party and the unification of your people to get rid of Minnis. You did that.
No, they didn't do that.
They did.
They didn't get rid of Minnis.
Minnis gone.
They did not get rid of Minnis.
You can't get rid of Minnis. If when he was in the House of Assembly, Loretta grabbed, watch me, she grabbed the leadership in the House of Assembly, and he still, as a stubborn child, I watched this thing the other day. He likes to put these things on social media, asking these questions, and they were interviewing him and his wife as they were sitting down there, and they asked him, so who's the stubborn one? Minnis pointed to himself. So I was the stubborn one. His wife pointed to Minnis. So he's the stubborn one. Minnis is a stubborn man. And the reason why he could have so much success in a team that is because you got to be determined, you got to be focused, and you got to be stubborn sometime. And he's acquired that. Now, after all of this, they still coming back here and saying, why Minnis don't go home and sit down?
So let me ask you a question.
You know why? Because it is troubling the water and possibility of the retention of one of their potentially blue-eyed players in the constituency of Kalani. That's what they would say to you.
You're missing a point here.
Well, let's go to the point.
As stubborn as Dr. Minnis may be, the FNM is more stubborn than him.
No.
In recognizing that he's not gone. That's why they can't sleep at night. Anytime they dream about Minnis, they got to talk about it. Listen to me, when you're gone, when you marry those folks who married, and you divorce, what the hell you still worrying about the woman or the man for? They gone. But guess what? You still dream that night. Oh, she gone. Oh, he gone. Why he gone? Where he gone? What the hell is wrong with you? They gone. Get rid of it and start fresh.
Quick break, guys. When we get back, we can have a further conversation about this kind of concept. It's gone.
Gone.
Are you gone?
Or you still there?
Or you're still lingering in this.
All right, then.
Quick break, guys. We'll be right back after this.
I haven't been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
And we are back. This is The Rundown. I'm Howard Grant. We're having an intense conversation to talk about if you're gone or you're staying and you're gone. Where are you? Romeo or Romeo? I'm sitting here with none other than Garth Roseborough being able to talk to us about what has been happening. But before we dive deeper into our conversation, this is what the leader of the opposition has been able to say most recently when he was asked questions about his thoughts on minutes.
Quite frankly, we're just excited about all of the candidates that we have ratified. We believe that we have picked a diverse and talented group of candidates. It would have been nice to have him as an elder statesman to provide advice to a number of the new candidates, to build on the work that the Free National Movement has done with 4 non-consecutive times that we have served as the government of the Bahamas. And I think he has unfortunately missed an opportunity there. But we continue to do the work with the talented folks who believe that it is important for all hands to be on deck and not just when you are in charge.
That's heavy stuff. But that's the first time I saw sort of a deflection and being able to get back to their agenda. Everyone, I'm talking about Michael Pintard himself in this particular capacity. I thought that this was an excellent way that he answered the question. Why would we continue to be able to shine a light on the shifting of minutes to be able to amplify the importance of what minutes has done if we have done everything we're supposed to do and separated? Yeah, man, let's focus on R41. Let's focus on the persons that we have here as opposed to being able to focus on minutes. Minutes can do his own thing. So for those FNMs, former and current, who would sit in this particular position, why would you take the time to be able to talk about Minutes? Let Minutes do his thing and dance the little dance on TikTok and so forth and so on. Why are you fighting the man? Talk to me.
I'm trying to figure which year this is. I think I must be in Star Trek where they have to go and zoom through space. Well, how does call it? Hyper something, hyperdrive, whatever it's called.
Hyperspeed.
Yeah. You press the button and you go hyperspeed because when you can move, you're talking. We waking, he say, waking where? I just want to see the evidence of your wake. Boots on the ground, where? Where? What the boots doing?
They just on the ground.
No. You waking, what you doing?
It's on the ground.
Nobody wakes and don't get paid. I won't pay you. Show me your wake. And that's what the good master say. Show me your wake. Don't come here and just faith only. I need to see what your faith saying, what your faith doing. And the Free National Movement has not done anything as yet to impress many of the people, now the FNM supporters, those strong supporters. They believe in miracles. I don't see the 2 fish and the 5 loaves yet. You got to show me the 2 fish and show me the 5 loaves and I'll show you the multitude. They have not brought that to the table. What I've been seeing, I'll tell you what I've been seeing, low budget campaigning. I've seen a whole lot of social media stuff. I see a whole lot of novice commentary. I gotta call it novice commentary. I see some vulgarity out there from all the major parties. And I'm trying to figure out in 2026, is this the type of work we're talking about? While the Caribbean, the mere Motleys are moving their country forward, we talking about who black and who ugly and who ain't no good and all kinds of vulgarity. Is this what we talking about in 2026? When you say
that
what?
has historically been the tone, the language, the posture of our politics in this country.
So that's why we haven't gone anywhere in 20 years.
That has been the relentless tone, if you like to agree with it or not. There is a niche market, niche audience, niche demographic in this country, which represents about 20 to 40% of persons who would have an educated concept, idea, conversation about what needs to happen strategically for growth and development. That conversation doesn't exist with the masses. That conversation exists with a niche. We could call it 10%, 20% of persons. And you find those persons, you find them on talk radio spaces, you dig them up in these particular spaces, you go to lectures and identify these people, you go to schools, you go to professional organizations and you find these people. You're not going to find them amongst the masses. You're not going to find them with the click and being able to shake the pom-poms on the ground of a rally. Many of those persons don't exist. They may be peppered in there, but the conversation has relentlessly been, and no political organization has sought to change the level of our discourse in this country.
Okay.
They have not done so.
So let me accept that from you as being fact. Let me accept that from you as being fact. Therefore, please explain to Garth Maynard Roseborough why the numbers were so low in the last election and each election before that. The numbers have been dwindling, but it's not increasing. And this particular election, we're hearing murmurs on the ground that I am not interested. Why? The same conversations, the same nature of conversations from the past. And people are now saying, I am not interested. It may be entertaining, but people don't take you serious. And I'm going to say something to you, Howard Grant. Every court had a jester. You got the king, and you got the jester. Or the jester's job is to crack joke, make the king and the whole court laugh. But you'll never see the jester becoming the king, because he's a clown. Now, if you all want to keep clowning around and think the Bahamian people are a joke, we'll show you during the election time what time it is.
I have to tell you this, and I got to be able to say this to you with clarity.
Please do.
Okay?
Please do.
I've drawn something here just for the purposes of the graphics, to be able to see it. I want you to be able to understand this. In this country, look at this. You can see this? Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. All right? In this country, 30% of the voting populace is F&M. 30% of the voting populace is PLP. 40% of the voting populace exists in a space where they're undecided. They're just undecided.
Why are they undecided?
Because of the shifting times. The F&M's responsibility when you see mass persons coming out, when you look at 1992, when you look at 1997, when you look at 2002, when you look at 2007, we don't know whether or not this is as a result of Hubert Alexander Ingram's
presence
and his presence and his magnetic posture.
All of his charisma and all, yes.
He pulls people in.
Yes.
Okay? His magnetic ability has always attracted a mass amount of people.
Okay.
As a result of the masses that he's pulled in, the F&M always finds victory when there are more people going to the poll.
Okay.
The PLP, historically, traditionally, the underbed and the foundation of the political foundation of our country in terms of who've given us access, opportunity to this liberty that we enjoy, and being able to talk to us from a socialism standpoint and give all inclusion, so forth and so on. The PLP enjoys 30%. I told you before, the PLP never, there's no need for them to be able to talk to the masses. They talk to their base. They talk to you. They talk to their base. That's their political campaign. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm simply saying to you, the F&M has a steeper hill to climb.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
The relationship with the F&M is steeped in a concept and an idea whether or not there is a proverbial boogeyman to return.
Okay.
And that boogeyman may possibly be, my generation don't know nothing but this, the UBP. No, I don't know nothing but this. I don't know nothing but this.
Okay.
But there is Casper that exists in the corners that says, watch yourself, watch out for the F&M, the oligarchs are coming, the foreign this is coming, and the foundation of the PLP, the base of the PLP will continue to come out. You will never see the PLP. Anytime you have a post-election interview with any PLP and you say to them, the numbers of vote, yeah, we understand, but this is democracy, and in a democratic country, you know, people could decide to vote or they didn't want to vote. It's up to them. But, you know, our responsibility is to be the first past the post. You win. Who worry about that? So the FNM has a bigger hill to climb, and it's a steep hill.
Okay.
You would have wanted to come up the rough side of the mountain because you know you had grip with every step. But to go up a steep hill that's sliding, you find yourself back in the same position every time. And this is what's happening, because if they don't recognize that they got to pull 70% of the voting populace in this country for them to possibly be able to get 60% of the votes, they don't understand what they have to do in the organization.
In your truthfulness, have they given us a presentation to do such?
How?
I just asked the question, yes or no.
For the past 3.5 years, we've been talking about the possibility as to whether or not we see a shadow in our periphery.
I only want to know
yes or no. Is that Minnis coming back? That's what they've been worried about.
Okay, so let me give you all a good story about Hubert Alexander Minnis that you may not have heard before. And you can hear the story again. The present count for constituency is 41, am I correct?
41.
Howard Grant, on the rundown, just showed me a paper, give me this paper. 30%, 30%, and 40%. This Howard Grant, he wrote this. This is your Bible tonight. So with that means the PLP and the FNM are even, correct?
Out the gate.
Good. 41 seats. PLP get 20. FNM get 20. 1 seat left.
Independent.
The independent. Hubert Alexander Minnis win as an independent. You gonna tell me.
Give me my paper.
How to slow block. You tell me who can win the election.
Give me my paper.
That's what I want. That's what I want you to go figure out. Because you just told me Michael Pindar trying to distance himself away from the ghost.
No, I don't see him doing that.
But you may need that ghost.
This was a diplomatic posture that he's taking.
No, diplomacy in winning and losing is only winning.
No, this ain't winning and losing. This is him retaining a position of Her Majesty's royal opposition. For some time, he has kind of slipped out of that role and articulated and said some things that we thought that was unparliamentary, on the ground, and not necessarily equating to his capacity and position of what our expectations were. When we see any confrontations, and even though he may not necessarily invoke or provoke those particular things, if you remember what I talk about, right? Even though he may not necessarily provoke those things, his reaction to those things leads to a great deal of persons to judge it. The way that he held and he dealt with this this incident, especially knowing that Minnis, even the president, the concept, the idea, his name alone has been sort of a soft spot and a sore spot for the organization. I think he dealt with this good. I think he dealt with this in a manner that I see leadership should move in a particular direction. He doesn't necessarily need to be salty. He just needs to focus on what is important to the Free National Movement, whilst Minnis needs to focus on what is important to him. I just want you to understand something before we go on to anything else. Minnis has enjoyed, over the past few weeks, I want to say months or so, from maybe October or even before that, he's enjoyed and continue to be able to take us down this path on social media. He's taken us down this kind of entertaining path with the way that he's been able to do this, interacting with younger persons. And I said, he's trying to pull in the youthful vote. Watch me. He ain't bothering none of that no more when Robin Lyons pop up. After Robin Lyons pop up, he said, hold on, let's get formal with this. And he had interview after interview after interview, and I know he got more to come to make you to understand. It was never about Michael in her particular capacity, not in a bad way. It was never about Ronnie Duncombe in his particular capacity, not in a bad way. But when we saw the PLP shift with a very clear understanding that we can bring someone else in, young, vibrant, capable, articulate, a woman, she could be able to put in a specific demographic, she could do these things. Listen to me. When I saw her in the campaign in the room the other night, and being able to get her people fired up and ready to go, no pun intended, when you getting her people ready to go and engaging them in this particular room, I said, oh my God, Minister got a problem. Because I gave you the numbers, and I should have had this. I should have had this.
We can fight with that.
I should have had this to put up. I don't have it. I should have had this to put up. And I want you guys to be able to see the numbers. The numbers from September 18th, 2021, Minis won 2,500 and I think 1 votes from, this is only from memory, okay? Ronnie Duncombe, 1,946. Chelly Moss, 31. Davis, 323. You understand? These are the numbers that came out of the constituency of Kalani. I'm only trying to be able to recall it from memory. I read it and been able to identify those things. I really should have had it to give it to you. When you look at that, Minis, the base of and I don't want to go into long because we don't have much time, but the base of what Minis done in the constituency of 6,000 is roughly about 3,000 persons that are F&M. Why, Howard? Why would so many persons be F&Ms in the constituency of Kalani? Kalani is the outskirts, and in the outskirts there is a diverse concept and idea, and a lot of those persons gravitate towards the Free National Movement. Yes. Roughly 3,000 persons will be the F&M's base. Minis was able to capture 2,500 right off the top.
Okay.
With victory. Ronnie Duncombe's, the PLP's base, in my estimation, is about 1,800.
Okay.
Okay? Ronnie Duncombe came in there, got the 1,800, and threw another 146 on it. He got 1,946. Okay? So essentially, they satisfied his base, but he was able to capture 100 and some more. Minis only satisfied his base. In fact, he did not satisfy his base the way that he's supposed to. It's about 3,000 people. Everybody didn't come out, but they still voted for Minis. Now, what's going to happen with the introduction? This is Howard. Don't fight me. Let's talk. What I believe is going to happen is that the 2,500 will be split. The 2,500, 1,500 of those votes right off the top will go to Michael. That's F&Ms.
On air.
They ain't asking no questions.
That's a base.
You ain't got to come see me, don't worry, go someplace else. They ain't no F&Ms, go check them out. Right off the top, she get 1,500 votes right off the top. That's Michael. Right off the top, I don't like what the F&M do to you, Minis. I voting for you. 1,000 votes for Minis right off the top. 1,000 votes for Minis right off the top. For Minis to win, he got to get 2,500 votes. He got to get 25, means he got to work for the next 1,500 votes. He has to work for 1,500 votes. Now watch me. If the PLP's base is 1,800, hypothetically, for the sake of this conversation, if the PLP's base is 1,800, and Robin walks in with 1,800 votes and captures 400 on top of that, she wins. You think the F&M don't know that? You think that they don't know that? And instantaneously, it'll knock Michael right out. And so the recalibration of the organization would have to exclude Michael. They don't want to exclude her. There is a lot riding to ensure that she get that. There was significant turmoil existing, even in the midst of when Lincoln Deal was in the capacity of working as one of the generals for Dr. Hubert Alexander Minis in that particular capacity. He would have been ripe and ready for that opportunity. They shifted him and put him in Freetown. And so Michael, in this particular capacity, there is a desire for her to be there as a part of the new trifecta of the Free National Movement in whatever capacity that is. In whatever capacity that is. You understand what I'm saying? But this shifting, this new introduction of political lifeline and blood is going to shift a great deal of things. This is a conversation. This is what I'm looking at, my brother. This is what I see.
I'm hearing you, but in the last general election where Hubert Alexander Minis was victorious, there was no split in the Free National Movement.
No, but he was already...
The benefit of Michael Barnett, you give her 1,500, you give Minister 1,000, that's a 2,500 right there.
That's a 2,500.
And you just believe in your mind that more people are loyal to the organization than they are to Dr. Minnis. That they are more loyal to that which is new and untried to that which is proven.
Unless Neville Wisdom would have still been there.
But Neville Wisdom was there 2002 to 2007.
But I'm trying to explain to you. They shifted their posture. He's captured this and captured the minds of those particular people. This is our particular ilk and breed of people. Let's take a quick break. We can take a break? Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we can talk a little bit more about this. And I want to dive deeper into the shifting dynamics as it relates to politics with an introduction of an independent. Minnis started to talk about that independent, guys. If you can get that SOP with me. He did an interview with Altaviz, and let's see if we can be able to get that quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Our mandate on the mission statement for the program is to develop community leaders and nation builders through the art of Jonkano. The future belongs to them, so being able to instill the culture in young people and at the same time make them productive citizens of the society is basically what our program offers. We teach them from scratch, so how to pace, how to beat a drum, how to ring a cowbell, how to blow a horn, to get that good understanding of what the culture is like. The program is more than just Jonkano itself, where we bring a group of teens to perform, but we also assist them with life lessons, find scholarship opportunities for them to go abroad and further their education. In this day and time, it's very hard for kids coming up, and so we try to find means within the Jonkano arena, but at the same time use just Jonkano as the outlet to make them better at life. Crime-free? Looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
And we're back. This is The Rundown. I'm Howard Grant. We're here. We're chopping it down, just being able to identify these things, giving you the rundown on leadership, the rundown on concepts and ideas, the rundown on politics in this political season, being able to talk about a little bit more than who like who and what. I don't want to have that surface conversation. I want to look at the psyche, the mindset, what's included in these particular things and why people make these particular decisions. Sitting with me is none other than Garth Roseborough, being able to talk to me about these things. My brother, when we left off, I gave you a little slice, and I just want to talk to you about the psyche.
You know what? I was going to fight you tonight.
Okay, don't fight me.
But I cannot fight you.
Don't fight me,
I'll tell you
baby.
why.
Don't fight me.
I'll tell you why. We looked at the West Grand Bahama Bimini by-election on point. In the by-election of Golden Isles, where we saw familiarity with my cousin Brian Brown, who said he know everybody, and everybody know him. He ain't never leaving there. That's where he lives. We saw a new face, Darren Pickstock, entering there, and in a matter of weeks, Brian Brown was gone.
40 days and 40 nights.
So familiarity.
Brian Brown get ringing out and the ark door closed on him.
Jesus Lord, what maybe people are something else. The man,
that's what I was.
You spend all that money, you spend all that time, and the people tell you, boy, you're doing good.
Well, I know it wasn't going to happen because former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert, actually Ingram has a way of being able, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram, he has a way of being able to tell you something that's not scripted to make you to understand the level of his transparency. And I think that that's why he could stand up and say it's a matter of trust. I knew he would have said the conversation that he had with Brian. I knew that because he did it in West Grand Bahama. He did it for West Grand Bahama when the information was leaked in the dailies and indicated that there was a conversation that had happened, and he indicated that you should not go when former Member of Parliament and Minister of Social Services passed away in the person of O.B. Wilshcombe. You all shouldn't bother with that.
Okay.
That thing popped up. And the same thing happened in the constituency of Golden Isles. He said, well, I told him, maybe you set this one up.
Well, Brian could have spent more money. I think if he spent a little bit more money.
It don't matter how much money he spent.
Yes, he could have done better if he spent. Listen to me, the PLP build people's house. I saw these things.
Listen,
they pave road, they do some things. You got to do some things. Now, Minute's been doing some
Allegedly is what he means.
I don't know
nothing but this.
Man, I live there.
Okay, go ahead.
I live there. Now, what I'm saying to you, though, is in this new constituency of St. James, that's taken away. So we're looking at what? Old Fort Bay, Life-Key area. Those are F&M territories, in quote. So we shifted more towards the east for Robin Lyons, Dr. Minutes, and Michael Barnett. I still say Dr. Minutes is still in it. Now, you say he may be a little bit afraid.
Dr. Minutes have to work.
All of them got to work.
No.
Because Robin Lyons doesn't have the PLP
Rob,
full
I just
support.
give you the maths.
I
just gave you the maths. She need 400 votes outside of her base.
If the boundaries had remained the same. All of them got to go to work, Howard Grant.
No, it don't matter if the boundaries remain the same. In fact, she get a better liking. Okay, let's just say, I was trying to get the boundaries layout today. If Gambe is in this, man, she still got it.
We can fight with this later, man. I can do my homework.
If Gambe is in it, she's still in the mix.
So, okay, so who do you figure?
She is youthful, and she is not a novice to political
life. I get it. And she's strong. She's formidable.
She's strong. She's a woman. She's articulate. She's insightful. She's a visionaire. She speaks with strength.
So when you put...
She doesn't present a posture, and it sounds like a campaigning for the woman. I need to stop.
I try to slow you down.
I need to calm down.
You want some water?
No, I have my own water.
Okay.
Right? But I'm simply saying to you, we've watched her. We watched her go against a titan in Fred Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
We watch her go against a titan in Fred Mitchell in our own party.
Yeah.
And she come close. With no cigar. She come close. And given this opportunity, Minutes knows he up for a fight.
So he changed his whole demeanor.
He have to.
No more jesting, no more TikTok.
He's going to have to incorporate that, but there's going to have to be an element of this progressive, futuristic concept of what politics can be, and also a commitment to the traditional aspects. And that's what he's doing. He's coming on media, and he's also doing his social media. He got to do that.
I agree.
He got to do that.
I can't fight you on that, Howard. I tried, but I can't fight you. I think you're right.
Well, there's some other things going on. The Prime Minister also responded to concerns raised by National Health Insurance Authority CEO Christy Young Butler about delayed payouts to providers enrolled in the NHI program. Young Butler alerting during a recent interview that enrollment in the NHI program has grown faster than its resources, leading to significant delays. Mr. Davis not fully aware of the situation, but nonetheless confident that these issues can be resolved. Check this out.
I'm not aware of all the facts, but I do know that I've had to be, from finance, I've had some issues on the manner in which providers were billing, and I know that there's some reconciliation process being looked into to determine the challenges and how we could correct some of the anomalies that the NHI executives are speaking about.
The Prime Minister, I believe that during this particular tenure, and this is what you and I had a conversation about, we've spoken about this fact that we haven't heard on the ground the tremors that exist in these particular areas. Now, you and I want to talk about something different. I want to be able to talk about this, but in talking about this, I want to look at the entire scope of what's happening from unions, from persons that are indifferent, from persons that continue to be able to chomp at the bit to ensure that despite the fact that what's happening around the country, what may be happening around the world, what's happening around the region, this is a strategic time for us to be able to find ourselves in there to make some things happen for our organization. We've been waiting for a while. We've been waiting for some time, and we haven't heard from the union. In the midst of, and I won't be decent as this because Belinda's my good friend, but I won't have this conversation with you. Belinda's my good friend, right? But I won't have this conversation with you. When we saw one of the Secretary Generals passed away within the union, worked right under Kimsley, right? As he passed away on Thursday, we watched the union within that week, when there was an expectation for them to be mourning, take up the torch and being able to identify, because during the same week, maybe even on the same day, this is when former Minister of Health and former Minister of the Environment, Vaughn Miller, would have passed away. I think they passed away on the same day. And so whilst there was an assumption or the idea that this is a time for mourning, the union said, okay, let's be able to approach the government and indicate that we want to be able to deal with this, if you remember these conversations. And there's a very clear, for me, it's clear that when there is a shift happening, you have to be able to put your agenda on the table to be able to get these things done. I can't fight them for that. I can't. Despite what's happening around you, this is a good time for us to be able to put our agenda on the table. We are in an election season. We are in an election year. And we're seeing the introduction of a lot of things that have been, dormant and not necessarily been touched for a while. And whilst the organization, the government of the Bahamas, is preparing itself to be able to go towards a general election, they now have to put out small fires that can lead to sort of a forest fire, a proverbial forest fire, if you don't deal with these particular things.
That's what happens.
If you don't deal with these particular things. And I look at this NHI issue, an issue that is a legacy issue in our country, being able to identify how we be able to deal with those things. And whilst it's commendable that the Prime Minister is being able to challenge, to take on these things head first and say, okay, we're going to rectify these things. I don't know all the issues. These are issues that existed for a very long time. Talk to me about it.
Well, first of all, we have to be thankful for NHI. I am a participant of that. I benefit from that. I think the service is excellent. The issues that continues to confront governments, especially during the election cycle year, when we know that the art of negotiation says now is the time to stick it to them. A government that wants to return to power doesn't have much wiggle room to say, you know what, there's nothing we can do. They have to actually find the resources, find the means. They have to come to the table and satisfy, because like you rightly just said, that can become contagious. When one entity receives, the other entity says, oh, wait a minute.
What about us?
What about us? And then you got the police to deal with, you got the defense force to deal with, you got the nurses to deal with, you got this country is filled with unions.
And you know what's difficult for me?
And everybody wants their share.
What's difficult for me is most recently there was an exercise of promotions and recognitions within the Bahamas Customs Department and being able to identify that, right? And as a result of that, there were significant murmurs around, oh, this is just that, and the same thing happened within the uniform branches of whether that be immigration, customs, law enforcement, wherever it is, there is murmurs always associated with when these persons get promoted and moving on to a next tier. And I think that's peculiar, you understand? Because there are persons, if you look at the layout, these persons have been serving 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 35 years, never been given recognition, never been given acknowledgement for their thing. All they do is receive a paycheck, go home, come back, receive a paycheck, go home, come back, and they're broken. A lot of persons I know would find themselves in the position after years and years of service, when it's time to retire, then their body break down. And a lot of them transition out, never to be able to sit in the gondola and enjoy themselves at anywhere around the world and being able to enjoy them. They have gone because they've given their life to service in this country. How dare any of us take on this kind of a posture? These people are revenue collectors, they are law enforcement, they are watching our borders, they're doing all these particular things. They deserve it. Now, when it comes, may be a peculiar time, but do we now give condemnation to these people who are the recipients of these things simply because the government has released it at a particular time? Come on, talk to me.
Well, I'll tell you what I did recognize, Howard. In the election leading up to 2021, I do recall that this present government, the Progressive Liberal Party, sat with many a union leader.
Yes.
The negotiation with them was heavy. They were victorious at the polls. When I make mention that...
I don't think that nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Promises made?
No.
Talk to me.
I think in the capacity of what the leader of the union
and O.B. Ferguson would have done in terms of shopping a concept around, because he did so to the Free National Movement, who was the government at the time. He did so to the PLP, who sat with him and made promises. And O.B. Ferguson, being able to take on that kind of capacity and bring it to the forefront and bring it to the people, I think he was wrong for that. I think he was absolutely wrong for that.
Okay.
I think no one makes a deal with people who don't have authority.
Okay.
The PLP was sitting in the capacity at the time of a potential government coming in. We knew that it would happen.
Okay.
We knew that we already heard the resounding cry for a shift in government.
Okay.
But if you make this agreement, you don't bring it to the public and don't bring it to light just before an election, because now I see your motives.
Okay.
No, but he should not have done that.
It's not but should not have done, Howard.
He should not have done that.
It's not but should not have done.
He should not have done that.
You're talking,
and I stand strong.
You're talking about political ethics. I'm talking about victory. I'm talking about people.
No, I'm not saying the PLP shouldn't do it. I'm saying him in the capacity as president to be able to govern over a body of people who sit in neutrality outside of political interference, that sit in this particular position. He should not contaminate my position with a manipulation standpoint. That shouldn't happen.
I agree.
That shouldn't happen.
I agree, but it happened, right?
Of course it happened.
And you talk about Bahamian culture and politics.
If he never did that, the PLP would have still won.
Okay.
If he never did that, the PLP would have still won. 3 years after he did that, we heard nothing from him as it relates to anything. I don't know whether or not it was a LOI. I don't know what it was. But we heard nothing from him. And on the 3-year mark,
I like it.
How am I talking? I'm
talking strong.
Okay.
You're talking strong.
On the 3-year mark, it said, go, bam.
So then now, let me go back around the mountain to you. We're going into a general election, and the unions now want to talk. Where does that leave the government? Where does that leave the opposition?
I could respect what Belinda is doing.
Okay, talk to me.
Because she do it out in the open.
Talk to me, make it plain.
She rowing out in the open. She ain't sitting in no back room. She's not making an agreement. When she going into these particular things, she goes and she holds hands with Kinsley. Kinsley saying, oh God, I hope she don't row today.
Okay.
And they walking into a meeting, but you know with transparency what is being done. We do not know what's being done, what's being said, what's being promised. When there was an indifference that existed between the union and the leadership of the trifecta of the organization and the PLP, we're not talking about the government, we're talking about the PLP, we heard some things and it led us to asking questions. Why did he do that? Why? Contaminate yourself. And all I'm saying is during this season, during this time, whilst agitation is essential, whilst these things have laid dormant for a very long time, whilst all these things would have happened, we're seeing persons desperate to be able to identify themselves as champion for the people, champion for the cause, and being able to make some mistakes, some missteps.
So where does that leave the royal opposition?
Well, the royal opposition, I don't know.
I'm talking champion causes. These are citizens, right? These union members.
Of course.
Okay, they have a right, for someone to advocate for them other than their union leaders, correct?
Of course.
And if they want...
But the advocation from the opposition leader doesn't have anything to do, and their advocation relentlessly and perpetually, even if they step into a realm that will benefit the people, their objectives at the forefront, all oppositions, all those persons who have politics at the forefront of their mind, their objective at the forefront is never about the people. You become a beneficiary of the objectives of me and my organization first. So unless and until they can be able to find their organization in the position where they can be able to benefit from this, you won't hear the agitation from them. Talk to me. And that's the show for this evening, my brother. I want to thank you.
Well, you beat me good today.
It's a good.
No, but you beat me up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much. That does it for us this evening here at The Rundown. Be sure that you stay locked in to the ZNS Network for the Bahamas tonight at 11 p.m. It's the final newscast of the country with the latest in news and information with Corbell Pyfrom. For all of us here at ZNS, I am Howard Grant. Thanks so much for joining us.
We must make sure that your mission is in. Yes, Mom! Agent 1, what is the type? Physical contact, Mom. Agent 2, what is the good type? Touches that make you feel alright, Mom. Such as? A high five, a handshake, even a kiss, Mom. Good. Now, Agent 3, what is a bad touch? Touches that make you feel not so good, Mom. Like a slap, a kick, a pinch. And most important, if someone touches your private part. And what do we do when someone gives us a bad touch? You tell a trusted adult, Mom. For help, Mom. Tell them, don't do that, Mom. Agent, I see that you understand. Now it's your mission to spread this information. Just remember that good touches are okay. And bad touches are not okay. So, Agent, go spread the word. Yes, Mom.
Mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SPDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Yo, it's C-Man, the one and only, and I want y'all to tune into Entertainment Fridays on Access Now every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Who knows? Your favorite Bahamian artist might end up showing their face. But you gotta watch to find out.
I'm Assistant Superintendent Harry Williams from the Royal Bahamas Police Traffic Department. The world is forever changing, and the roads are becoming more and more busy. We are committed to ensuring the safety and security of motorists and pedestrians at all times. We are focusing on the following areas to make your commute as safe as possible. Help us to help you. Extend your hand to bring the vehicles to a stop. Slow down to exercise caution.
Why are you taxing and driving?
I am Sergeant 1460 Jerome Thompson. I've been a speed cop for 11 years. Each year, many people die in car accidents. Many of them don't obey the laws and drive over the speed limit, putting everyone around them in danger. How are you? I'm okay, sir. The reason why you were stopped, you were going at 45 miles per hour and a 30 miles per hour zone. By driving at a safe speed, you have more time to respond and more distance to brake in. Speeding is no joke, and speed limits are imposed for a reason, to keep people safe.
So, why aren't you wearing your seatbelt? And why are you taxing and driving? You know the importance of wearing your seatbelt? Your seatbelt prevents you from being thrown around in the vehicle. It could stop you from hitting the steering wheel, hitting the dashboard, or even hitting the windshield. Seatbelts are very important, and it is dangerous to tax and drive. Seatbelt saves lives. We want to encourage you. Buckle up and save a life.
You must watch out for pedestrians. I am Police Corporal Reverend Charles Garcia.
The safety and convenience of pedestrian travel is important to our quality of life. This pedestrian crossing is designed for pedestrians to cross a road where they can be seen by motorists and where they can cross safely across the flow of traffic. How the use of pedestrian crossing will help keep you safe on the road. The pedestrian crossing are black and white painted lines that are painted on the road surface that is referred to as a zebra crossing. The proper use of using the pedestrian crossing is that you would approach the pedestrian crossing based on the direction that vehicles are coming from. You will look to your right, then to your left, look to your right again, extend your hand to bring the vehicles to a stop, and then you would start to cross the pedestrian crossing as quickly and safely as possible. Bearing in mind, keeping a watch on the vehicles that have come to a stop. Most of these marked pedestrian crossings are often found in school zones, like the one I am standing at by the Yellow Primary School. So slow your speed and give way.
Vehicle accidents are one of the top causes of death here in the Bahamas. Driving safely is not only beneficial to the driver, but also to all other road users. So, we all should and must take extra precautions and follow the rules of the road. Remember, driving is a full-time job. Pay attention.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
You and Your Money was brought to you by Sand Dollar, the Parliamentary Registration Department, and Phone Call.